Good morning, everybody. Hi, my name is Joshua Bleasy. I am the Unknown Prophet. I'm here to do tarot readings for you every day, Monday through Monday, Central Standard Time, 7 to 10 a.m. every single day. Except for tomorrow, guys. I will not be here tomorrow because I'm going on a ghost hunt tomorrow, my second ghost hunt that I've ever been a part of. I'm interviewing for a team to see if I mesh with all of the personalities that are there. And, just kind of, doing that. So I'm really, really excited about that. I'm going to take this down for just a second. But you know what? I am here to try to help divine the best possible path for you guys. I do two different kinds of readings. I do your past, present, future reading. And then I draw you a destiny card on top of that, and an extra qualifier on your future, should you so need it. Then I also do my journey layout. My journey layout is an immersive, interactive tarot reading that I do for you, where I take you down a couple of different paths. Let me pull that up here real quick so you guys can see that. I'm going to shrink myself here a little bit. But this is my journey layout. So this is how my journey layout works. If you would like one of these, that's my 5-card reading. So if you want the one before it, that's my 3-card reading. The past, present, future one is my 3-card reading. So this is how this works. If you, why am I hearing my voice? Oh, that's why. I was like, why am I hearing my voice? I forgot to mute something. So, if you would like one of these guys, this is how this works. My past path is all about those past victories and defeats that you have had up to this point, but we eventually have to turn ourselves around to face that future. Then my wait path is all about that. What big choice and decision are we waiting for? Are we using our logical mind? Are we using our emotional mind? Do we work them together? What is the best possible choice for us right now that might help us move us forward? Then I have you choose one of 3 paths after this point. You either go down the hard path, which is one of overcoming adversity, getting to your goal as quickly as possible, but you spend a lot of energy doing that, so you need a long break at the end. Then the easy path, that's one step at a time approach, taking one little goal at a time, taking another little goal at a time. You don't get to your main goal very, very quickly, but you do eventually get there. But by the end of this journey, you still have a lot of energy in reserve to keep that dream up and going. Then my unseen path is that one thing that's been right in front of your nose the whole time, screaming in your face, saying, "Hey, pay attention! You have to kind of get the big picture here." So pull that yourself away from getting the big picture. It's a tiny bit of the easy, a tiny bit of the hard, but definitely one you carve yourself. Then my home path tells you all about what you need to bring within yourself, or what you need to expel within yourself. Then my leap of faith position is all about that one giant leap we need to make. We all know what a leap of faith is, right? Well, it's not necessarily about the jump. It's about how we're going to land. So how can I best overcome those fears to have the softest landing possible? And then my wandering path card is that one thing you might not have considered today that would help you in your path moving forward. That is how my journey layout works. I do those 2 different kinds of reading. If you would like a reading in the chat, just to do it, Cash, I'm just going to call you Cash for this reading. Cash, welcome in. You are the first one in my queue. What kind of a reading would you like today? Oh, and let me go back to big screen. Actually, I'm going to keep it like that in case I have to show it off again. So, Cash K9. Cash K9, are you still here? Okay. Well, here's how this works, okay? What kind of reading would you like today? Would you like a simple past, present, future reading, or would you like something that gives you a little bit more answers about this situation that you are going through right now? My 3-card reading is probably the simplest one. My 5-card reading is where you'll get the most answers from, and I just got done explaining that, so hopefully you were here for all of that. But you choose what kind of a reading you would like today, and then we'll get going on your reading. All right. So we're going to get to a 5-card reading. So this is how it works, my lady. Tell me how many times you want me to shuffle the deck for you, 1 through 10. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now what I need you to do is I want you to keep that question in mind when you're thinking about this. Pick a number 1 through 52 and try to go with your gut instinct, which best represents you and the question you are asking. And then I count that many cards out for you, and then we will get going on your reading, young lady. Or young man, sorry. I can't honestly see the picture. Well, 46. Give me a second to count 46 cards out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, and the 46 card is your deck. Hey, we're getting our overhead camera on Sunday, guys. So just so you know, we will be able to see me doing all the shuffling and laying out probably on Sunday. Maybe even Monday night. I'm supposed to get it on Sunday, so I don't know what time I'm going to get. Let me put this layout for you here, and I will show you all of the cards and explain everything to you. So give me a second here while I lay this out for you. Oh, that's a lot of green. Ha ha! Someone needs to work on themselves. All right. So this is your reading for you today, Cash. So, Cash, in the past, what you've been kind of doing is you've been looking into the dark mirror of yourself. You've been kind of reflecting on all the things that you have had happen up to your life, the things that have helped you move, change to be the person that you are today. But sometimes we look too far longing in the past. We get caught up in our own little inconsistencies. We get caught up in our fears, our anxieties, our worries, some of those past mistakes we kind of start to think about. Well, it's time to stop paying attention to the dark, to turn yourself around, to start turning yourself to light, because you are the light in the darkness. You are that light. So what you have to do right now, probably what you've been working on in the past, has all been about that self-reflecting self, but you're starting to turn yourself around to a more positive outlook on life. That is what my past path is telling you to do. So that, just kind of keep that in mind, just how Jay does feel about you kind of guy. It's kind of saying you're making room for space in yourself so far. That's kind of what you had to do. Going forward is your weight path. That's kind of the choices and decisions you have to make. It might be time for you to start to consider to release that energy out. Sometimes we need to speak those words out so loudly to the universe that the universe will pay attention. The law of attraction works like this. The more and more you say you want something to happen in your life and you believe in it more, that's what you put out to the universe. The universe says, oh, okay, that's what you want. We're going to send you everything you need to make this happen. Now, that doesn't mean it'll be a nice, squishy, beautiful path ahead. That just means you're releasing that energy out to the ether so that it will come back you in return. So it's definitely time for you to have that positive reinforcement. Start envisioning that, because this is all about releasing those emotions out. So maybe you and him both definitely have to start releasing those emotions a little bit more and showing a little bit more of your heart. Because even though we go through the icky bad parts in my life, we have to remember, we have to release all that we don't need in our lives in order to start moving forward. We have to empty the old cup full of the sludge we've been swimming in all these years and then fill it back up with the positive light that we are seeking. So, Cash, here we go. Hey, Ringy from Facebook, Ringall, I will put you on my list. You're after this young lady, Cash, so please just be patient. If you're not here when I call your name more than 3 times, I will move on. So please stay in chat. Okay, go back to your reading, young lady. Would you like to go down your hard path first, your easy path first, or your unseen path first? So what is your unseen path? You really have to start believing in that positive light, because what you have done to yourself so far is you have to start bringing that positive energy onto this world. Hello, gaming. Welcome on in. Nice to see you, buddy. I'm in the middle of a reading. But what I think you both have to do is you both have to believe that it is good to be true. Sometimes, you know that old phrase, it's true. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. Well, sometimes good to be true really is good to be true. And you have to start believing in that. And it's all about you embracing that which brightens up your heart and brightens up your day. Get your flirt game on. Get your best possible self to shine as brightly as possible. So he goes, huh? Oh, look at that. Maybe this is something I need to pay attention to. Because you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. Most guys, we have blinders on and we only focus on one thing. And until we see something that's so bright, we can't go, oh, wait. That's why some of us look towards certain anatomy parts of certain women because, that's what we feel. That's what drives us the most sometimes, So try to definitely step up that flirting game to kind of get yourself noticed a little bit more, because I kind of think he might not know what's going on. He's not quite sure if you're flirting with him or not. And I think that might be why there might be some kind of tension there, but we'll get going on the next part of your path here. Would you like your easy or your hard path next? So what is your hard path? What you need to do to become more self-determined with everything is you have to come to a place of acceptance within yourself. You and this person that you want to be a part of, you are working towards accepting yourselves for who you are. So maybe you're not done cooking quite yet. You might have to give yourself a little bit more time to start to accept that phase in life, that which is going to start to drive you and make you a better person. This person is probably working on this as well, that you're both trying to admit to yourself what you truly want in this world, to come to that kind of an acceptance that you need to do. As far as Pride Month goes, there are my Pride flags because I am a bisexual. My wife is bisexual, so happy Pride Month to everybody out there. But it's about you releasing that energy. Like you're coming out to someone, you've got to kind of voice that opinion. It might be time to ask what's going on and how they feel about you. That can be the hardest thing you will ever have to do, but that's how you're going to get that answer back. Then you have to start preparing yourself for the yes or no, whatever way it goes. Simon from YouTube, I will put you on the list. Please be patient, guys. I am in the middle of a reading. I will pay as much attention to you as I pay attention to this person who I'm doing a reading for right now. So please just stay in chat. If I call your name out more than 3 times, you're out of my queue. So just be patient. I will get to you as soon as I can. So the only path that we have left to choose for you, Cash, is that easy path, right? You have to start savoring the flavor of the situation you are in. Sometimes the chase and going after what you truly want in this world, and honestly going up to that wonderful plate of that beautiful meal, that's one true thing in your life that you want to savor the flavors of. Kind of think of it as the best meal you've ever had in your life. And you are going to start going onto that plate, and you are going to start to pick up every little morsel of that. And you're just going to sit there and go, I feel good about this. Maybe he does believe in this. Maybe I do have this happening. I have to savor every flavor. Ooh, we finally got to talking, and maybe I can ask him how they would like to be in their relationship with me. So you have to start feeding yourself that which you seek. So start thinking about it like this. This person that you want to go out with, or a person that you want to know how they feel, they're trying to savor the flavors of life. So they're going to go with the flow a lot more easier. So maybe it's time to start including those things that will help you going forward. That's going to help you kind of. Hey, Perry, thank you for that ad. Please do not do that anymore. If you do it more than one time, I will block you. Thank you very much. So it's definitely about you taking that time to really savor the flavor of getting into that. Because once you get into that relationship, you both have to start to communicate. You both have to be open and honest about how you feel. You'll have to start working as a team. You'll have to start working on this together and start to see if there's any love there in that test kind of phase when you're getting out in this relationship. So that's kind of what that card is kind of telling me. That it's time to savor the flavor. Maybe it's time to, just take it as it comes. Feed yourself with that which you want to have happen in your turn. So first thing is first, you have to start believing in yourself, and you have to start feeding that I am worthy of this person, basically. Okay, would you like to go down your home path first or your leap of faith card first? Just take your time, Cash. Which path would you like to see next? The home path or the leap of faith card? Cash, are you still with me? Cash, are you with me? Well, Cash, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue the reading for you. Maybe you'll pop back in. I'm going to use my intuition to say you need to know what your leap of faith card is next. So you have to remember that you have to start letting go of some of the things that are holding you back from attaining this dreaming goal that you want to do. You got my birch tree, which is one of the most resilient trees here in Minnesota. It can survive in the hottest of hots, the coldest of colds, because it's always flowing with water and always filling itself up with that beautiful energy that it needs. So it's definitely time for you to start filling yourself up with that energy that you start to need in your life. But what the fear is that you need to get past is you have to remember that these little things that no longer serve you any purpose, the self-doubts, the self-fears, the things that are stopping you from going forward and doing that beautiful, wonderful journey, you have to start peeling it off of you like you would a birch tree. All those things are always going to be a tiny bit a part of you because you lived them, but you don't have to live them forever. You can let them be that paper kind of peel away from you to allow that new, fresh, wonderful, beautiful elemental energy come in so you can start soaking up all of that moisture and things that you might need in your life. So it's definitely time to start taking away some of those things that are not serving you anymore. And that might be your worst fear because you're afraid if you take away the things you are presenting now, they won't like the person you truly are. Excuse me. And what is your home path card? You got the my home path card in the exact position that it is supposed to be in. So what does that mean? That means it is definitely time for you to consider that you are building yourself up to be ready for this, that you are presenting yourself in a way that you are a complete whole person with all the things that another person is looking for in a partner. So just think of it like it is time for you to find that dream home of yours and you just walked through the door. You've already the foundation's already been laid. You know what you who and what where you are. You build those walls up of safety so that you keep yourself nice, safe, and secure. You put up all of those that roof on there so you don't have to deal with the outside influences of the world. And then you put that door in so you can allow who you want in and who you don't want in. And then you start to decorate the things inside yourself that you want to start making better. And that's what the home path is all about. It's about you accepting that this path that you are starting to go on, and if Jay is on the same path I think he is, you're both working towards this kind of a thing right now where you're accepting that, but you're ready to start venturing out of that home. And sometimes that's a little bit scary, even for somebody who's, all ready and willing to get into a relationship. Now, what is your wandering path card is? You have to remember that you are a beautiful flower. I kind of like to say that you are like the dandelion of life. Some people consider dandelions weeds. Some people consider dandelions a flower, but they're actually a very nutritional source of energy that we need if you get them in the right time and season. And that's what I think you're in right now. You're in the beginnings of finding that information out, but you kind of have to grow in through the cracks in order to find that sun, in order to be able to take in all of that which you need within yourself again. So just so you know, just remember that you are a beautiful flower and you believe that you are worthy of all of these things. So I definitely think with what I'm reading here in your cards today is basically saying, yeah, you need to go for it, but you need to deal with some of your old crap first. You have to come to some sort of an acceptance within yourself that is going to allow you to start emulating that which you seek, because you have to start glowing like, a mother who just got a woman who just got pregnant. Start that wonderful, beautiful glow that you have because you're so happy that something beautiful is going to start to be born in this life. And that would be the baby, is your newborn relationship that you want to happen. But you have to savor every flavor of this stage that you're going through, because sometimes the chase is better. But I kind of think he has his blinders on right now, and he doesn't see you because he's too busy focusing on other things that are just normal, everyday things. Then you have to remember to be as resilient as you can be to peel away those things that are stopping you from going forward and asking the simple question, how do you feel about me? And it's really telling you it may be time for you to start doing that a little bit more. Up that flirting game so you can peel away all that which is not serving you any longer so that you can start moving forward. You have a complete home package that you are willing and able to start to share. You believe in enough of yourself that you feel that you want to be able to share all of this within the world. But remember, you are the beautiful flower that is resilient, that has grown through the grass to get to this point. So when I look at your whole reading, that's what I see in front of me. And I really think that I think all you have to do is ask, because I think that's what it is. It's just that he has blinders on. He can't see. He's been dealing with so much other stuff right now that you're getting lost in the shuffle. So open those eyes. Make sure you're giving him a reason to kind of pay attention to you for a little bit and kind of up that flirting game. And when you're ready, ask him the question, hey, how do you feel about me? Share your emotions, share how you feel, and see what the response is. So that's kind of what my cards are saying for you to do today there, Cash. I hope that really helped you today. I really hope that brought you some kind of joy. Remember, I hope, and if you come back here and you got lost in the shuffle somewhere there, just remember you can always go back and rewatch this, guys. So remember, I'm putting that out to 3 different platforms, so you can be able to find it on YouTube, Twitch, and you can find it on my Parapost network that I'm a part of. All right. We are got to Ringal. Ringal, are you here? Ringal. Ringal going once. Ringal going twice. Ringal from YouTube, if you are still here, this is your last and final warning. If you would like anything else answered. So Ringal from Facebook, if you're still here, let me know right now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Ringal, you're out of the mix. All right, Sin. Hey, Sin from YouTube, are you still here? Sin from YouTube. Okay, good. Welcome in. It is your turn now, Sin. What kind of a reading would you like today? Would you like a simple past, present, future reading, or would you like something like the journey layout one, which I have just done? Okay, would you like a simple answer to that question? All right. Jersey from Twitch, you are next in line after Sun. Okay, we'll do that then. Let me clear my cards out so that you get a nice, fresh, clean reading. So I just do a cleansing shuffle after every reading. But here's what I need you to do. I need you to pick a number 1 through 10, and that's how many times I shuffle the deck for you. Nope, this is for Sun. You'll be next. I'll let you know when your turn is there, Jersey. No, it's just fine. It's okay to ask. I'm just waiting for Sin to tell me how many times he wants me to shuffle. Okay, give me a second. I gotta shuffle 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, Sin. Now this is what I need you to do. I want you to really think about your question, and then I want you to pick a number 1 through 52, and I will count that many cards out because that's where your answer is in my deck. Okay, give me a second to count out 26 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and the 26th card is where your answer is. Let's see what my cards have to say to you today. All right. All right, here's your reading for you today, Sin. So, or son. All right, so in the past, or what you've been working up to this point, is you've just started to realize that you're kind of peeking yourself out of the ground like a young sapling putting their leaves out for the first time. So you want to know how this person feels, and I know that was your question to begin with. But what you have to realize is you are just beginning this journey, that it is just starting. So how are they feeling about you? Well, you have to start taking in that information, that which you need in order to make a better choice and decision. In this world, we all have a choice, whether or not we want to. You know, there are people out there who just don't understand that it is within your beginning in your life right now. Hello, ZDR. Welcome on in. But it's definitely about you starting to realize that you are just beginning this growth and that you are ready to start allowing this thing to happen. So you're opening up the door and waiting to see what the response is. Going into your present right now, you kind of feel like you don't have any direction with this person, and this person doesn't really maybe understand what's going on. They're kind of on their own little journey, their own little path. They don't have a destination. They don't have a time limit. They can go any which way they want to, because that's what a wandering path is all about. It's just going with the flow of life. So I bet they're a very easygoing person that just kind of goes with the flow. As things come, that's when they start to think about it. So what I'm feeling honestly for you, Sin, is it's time to definitely step up that flirting game a little bit, because he's on a specific path that he's paying attention to right now. Not so much having the blinders on. He's just really concentrated on what he's doing. So he's not paying attention to you and how he feels about you right now. He's concentrated on a little bit of other things. But what's coming for you in your future is you have my Great Oak card, which means it will be time for you to start considering allowing this person to come in. So I think that what they're feeling right now is that they're just getting themselves ready to be ready for a relationship. They're giving themselves time. So reaching a certain maturity level within themselves. And that doesn't mean growing older. That just means you come to a certain place in your life where you're ready to start welcoming in that which you really want. Because the Great Oak card means you've already set that foundation down. You believe in all of that, which basically makes up who you are. You built those walls up. That's your tree trunk there. All the stuff that's going inside of you, those nutrients, that beautiful stuff that you're growing within yourself that you need to do for yourself, that's what you've gotten to this point. But this is all about being ready to move that new furniture in, to spruce up that game. So I think maybe what you might need to do is kind of put on, maybe dress for success, try to show him how affectionate you are, and try to show him that kind of information, because you have to start putting that out there and moving that old pattern that you used to follow all the time. You need to put that outside to the curb so it can be taken to the track, so you can move that confident, beautiful soul that you are, that is ready and able to start going forward and asking that question. Then we get to your destiny card, okay? And your destiny card is saying this: it's time to build the walls that you want to help you in your life become that home in which you need to be. So they're working on building some stuff within themselves right now. They've cleared out their old foundation. They've poured a new foundation. They're ready to start over again. But now they're starting to put down their blocks of safety so that they don't get hurt again. Maybe they're putting down a little bit more of a personal shield so they're not welcoming everybody through their door. Maybe they're putting in a lot more self-confidence or self-worth. And these can all be stones that you can put on your wall. they're the things that keep you the most safe and secure. So it might be about trusting that you are ready to welcome that person beyond that wall. So they might not be seeing you because they're behind that wall, finishing up everything they need to do rather than what they're paying attention to at this moment. So when I look at your whole reading and I ask myself, what could this possibly mean? I think with what your question is, how does he feel towards you? I think there's something there, but there's still a little bit of new growth that's kind of coming for that. That he's kind of on that, I'm just going with the flow path. So he might not be seeing everything that you were kind of throwing his way. So up that flirting game, because that's what that great oak card is about. You have to believe within yourself that you are worthy of this person first and foremost, that you are worthy of yourself first and foremost. That is what kind of things that you have to start to work on. Then you have to start considering that there's another person in this equation. And yes, you might have to prepare for the answer you don't want to get. That no, right? But that's what happens when you're starting to enter that beautiful new relationship, because behind those walls is that moment where you say, yes, I want to welcome you into my relation, my circle of life, so that I can start seeing if this will go anywhere. So maybe it's time to go out for coffee or something like that, and maybe start to tell them a little bit about how you feel and all the things that go on there. Now, if you would like there, Sin, I will draw you an extra qualifying card on that great oak card to give you a little bit more answers about that if you want that. Say yes if you do. If you don't, say thank you. We'll move to the next person in line. Oh, I'm so happy I have coffee this morning. Okay, we're going to add that extra qualifying card. Okay, this makes sense. So with that furniture that is there that you are both moving, you both have to start tending to the fire. So welcome them around that fire that you are both tending within yourselves. You are opening yourself up because you have this passion and this feeling for this person. But if you're not willing to let them come help you tend the fire that you are starting to create, if you don't allow that person to get in there and start moving coals around to see if we can move this flame up a little bit higher. So this is definitely saying, hey, it's time to start tending to self a little bit more, kind of maybe dress appropriately, dress for the job you want. In other words, if you would like this person, then dress how you want them to see you. Act like you want them to see you. Put that true face on and take that mask off for a change, because now it's time to start tending to that fire and getting back to the real nitty-gritty thing that's right in front of you. So this is all about what you need to pay attention to right in front of you, and allowing that passion and other things that you want to happen in your life grow. And that is my reading for you today there, Sin. I hope that it really helps you a lot. Remember, guys, the best way you guys can ever say thank you is to give me that review on Facebook, to give me that that time there. That is going to help you make the best possible choice for you guys. If you guys want to donate something to me after the reading is done, I do accept donations. You can do that through my PayPal or my Cash App, but these are completely free readings, guys. You don't have to do that. That's just a nice way of saying thank you, and thank you for giving me something. But I don't want your last dollar. I don't want money you can't afford to spend. I don't want something that is going to cause you harm in this world. Please spend appropriately. I'm not asking you to spend every last penny you have left because I gave you a good reading today. I really want to just come here to help you find the best possible path for you. All right, let me see. I believe Jerry is next because we already got to Cash. I just forgot to clear the queue on that. That's my bad. Okay, give me a second here. I've got to open something up here. You're very welcome. And thank you for that wonderful compliment. I truly do appreciate that. Okay, Jersey, you are up. Ready to go. Hello, welcome in from Twitch there, Jersey. It is your turn. Are you here? All right. You sure may. How many times? I'm going to do a cleansing shuffle here. And would you like to tell me how many times you would like me to shuffle the deck for you? 1 through 10, please. Eight times. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and lastly but not leastly, your last student. Oops, you have a jumper. Leastly, we have 8. Now I would like you to ask yourself this question in your mind and pick a number 1 through 52. That's how many cards I will pop up, count out for you, and that's where your answer is in my deck. You're welcome, Sin. I hope that helps you today. I really think that things are going to go okay for you, really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and the 18th card is where your answer is in my deck. Okay. All right, my friend. Here's your reading today, Jersey. So, in the past, you've been working on releasing that bad old patterns in your life. You've been really working on trying to release that which has been holding you back in your life. It's time to really get rid of that which is no longer serving your life. You have to release it back to the universe so that it can go back and be collected by Mother Earth that will take it in and recycle it and bring it back to you in a much more positive form. So it's time for you to start releasing some of this energy that you have had to happen from your past that you need to start releasing. Basically, it's time to forgive yourself for anything that you've done in your past. It's time to accept that everything that has happened to you up to this point is the reason you are the person you are today. Without that, you wouldn't be this person that you are. Now, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's up to you to decide. But it's definitely time for you to start to release that energy out into the world, kind of asking the world, what, here's what I want. Can you please give me that back in return? So taking that time to doing it and leaving the past behind. Then we have what's going on presently. It's all about you starting to trust your instincts, to pull away from the situation and get that big ass picture, right? And that is what you have to start thinking about, that this is something that you have had to start to do for quite a long time. We have to start trusting that third eye or those intuitional instincts we have inside, to start trusting ourselves that we are making the right choices and decisions for ourselves, that we are making those positive moments in our life. But sometimes we're so close to it, we can't see that what we really need to do right now is pull away and take that big longing look, because now we have these two eyes in this world where we see the world every single day. We take in the world through these physical eyes, but that third eye that is up there that opens and closes when you need it the most. Start trusting your gut and instinct a little bit more. What's coming for you in the future? Well, you've got my glow card. That means you will probably start to reach a point in your life where you start to glow, like you have that beautiful, wonderful, something really happy in my life happened kind of a glow. I kind of like to say it's kind of like if when a mother finds out she's pregnant and she's been wanting to get pregnant for a while and you have that mother's glow about you. Well, that's kind of what I'm saying here. It's kind of like you're going to start to get that positive influencing goal that you're working on. Whatever you were working on is going to start to light up your life to make it a lot brighter. But you still have to be the one in control, because now, remember, when you become so bright that the people who are in your lives can't stand the light anymore and they start walking away from you in life, that doesn't mean they don't love you. That doesn't mean they want to be around you. They were used to the old person that you used to be. Now they've got to kind of come and see the new person you are. Now you may lose some friends out during this time, but you're going to gain more beneficial, loving relationships and people who are going to support you around you to enhance your glow and to protect you. Then we have what's going on with your destiny card, right? So this is kind of tying the whole thing together. It's definitely time for you to start breaking this ice apart. Now you have become kind of cold and kind of shivery out to the world. You're afraid of getting hurt. You're afraid that the world will kind of come and get you, that whatever is going on, this world is attacking you for a reason. And you're so defensive that you're not quite opening yourself up to that new growth once again. And what just like what your cards are saying, it's time to start bringing in that positive energy light so you can start to melt this ice and stop being such a crystallized form and start to melt it down so it's a much reasonable amount of ice that you can start to chip away from. But as soon as you start melting this ice, that new growth is going to start to begin again. This is going to start to soak up all of that beautiful water into its little roots. And when it is ready to go, remember, summer will come eventually and the ice will no longer be there. So good things can be on their way, but you have to start opening yourself up to that possibility. When we cry out to the universe, I feel bad, this world's against me, I don't know why everything is going wrong. The universe hears you and says, hey, that's what he wants. Let's give him more of that. So you have to kind of change your mindset a little bit and stop being so protective all of the time and allow those beautiful, beautiful energies to come in. And that does mean risking yourself a little bit. Now, as for your jumper card, right? And this is kind of what I want to say. It kind of goes along with your glow card. It's definitely time for you to start to contemplate picking something that you truly want to do in this life. You have a lot of beautiful choices right in front of you. Each one of these marbles is one of those dreams you've always wanted to do. But what you're kind of bad about is making that choice and decision for yourself. So you've got to reach into that glass jar, pick one of those marbles and go, oh, I like this dream, and start to work on that. So it's definitely time to start working on those goals and dreams that you have wanted to do for a long time, but you've got to stop saying there are too many choices. You just got to pick one and start to go with it. And that's kind of what I feel that your reading is saying here today. So when I look over your whole reading there and I ask myself, what could this possibly mean for you? It means that it's definitely time for you to start releasing yourself with all that energy in which is no longer serving your purpose. I would suggest going out somewhere in the middle of the clearing where no one can hear you, no one can see you, and start to release those emotional energies that you need to really let go of right now. Because I kind of think you're still hanging on to something there that you haven't quite yet released into the universe. But you have to start trusting your gut more. You have to start trusting yourself and believing in yourself more, because all of this stuff is going to help you get that bigger picture. Stop using just 2 pairs of eyes. Use 3 parts of your eyes and start trusting your gut and pulling yourself away to get that big picture. Because now in the future, you will start to glow so brightly because you are starting to make that positive change that sometimes it might be too bright for those who are surrounding you, who will not be able to stand that light, because you're going to start to contemplate these choices and decisions that you want to make in your life. But it's time to pick one path and just go with it and see where it goes. To take that risk, to take that dream, to go into that jar and grab that dream and go, I want this. Now, all you have to do is melt that ice to give yourself room to grow and allow yourself to be movable in this world. So take that energy in from the sun, from the ground. Maybe you have to realize that summer will eventually come, that good things will eventually come. You just have to be a little bit patient, because Mother Nature doesn't, it runs on its own clock. And that's kind of what I feel like this situation is going right now. It's got its own clock, unless you add something to the environment in which to make that a lot more conducive to melting that ice. And that means bringing more positive light into yourself and bringing a lot more of those wonderful journeys into you. That is your reading today, Jesse. I hope that helps you. I hope that brings you some kind of joy. I hope that answers some of the questions you might have had there. Now, it is... So, and that really, really helps you in your day today. Now, I'm going to do a cleansing shuffle here for the next person in line. All right, give me a second. I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to take this off of doing it through everything here. Good morning, Mary. All right. Hey, Mary, if you would like to be added to my queue and have a reading with me today, all I ask is that you tell me you do want a reading, and then you'll have to be patient and wait in line. If I call your name out more than 3 times, I will move on to another person. I'm doing very well. I'm getting ready to do another reading for Cedar here. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Cedar. So I will put you on my list, Mary. Just be patient. You have to be in the chat when I call your name. So you're next on the list, okay? All right, give me a second. I'm going to take a small... Yep, I already did. So, what kind of a reading would you like today about that? Would you like a simple past, present, future reading, or do you want one of my journey layout readings that gives you more answers? For all those who are just coming in, this is my journey layout. And how this works is I take you down a couple of different paths to help you find the answers in which you are looking for. I can explain this layout to you if you guys want me to, or maybe I should just do this now. So give me a second to kind of fix the screen a little bit. Hey. So you guys can see it. So the past path is all about those victories and defeats that you've made up to this point. That you have to turn around and start facing your future. So it's all about what you need to get past the past to let go of in order for you to start moving forward. Sorry, I'm getting a little glitchy there. Just it's getting hot out today, and so it's kind of like messing with me. So the waiting path is all about um, that one choice and decision that we need to make with our logical mind, our emotional mind, but definitely you have to start thinking about the choices and decisions that are going to start to move you forward and what would help you make the best possible choice. Then I'll take you down the hard path or the easy path or the unseen path, which one you will choose. But the hard path is all about overcoming adversity, getting to your goals as quickly as possible, but you spend so much energy doing that, you have to take a nice long break. Or the easy path where you take one goal at a time, take a little break, take another goal at a time. You don't get to your major goal very, very quickly, but you do eventually get there. But you have way more energy by the end of this journey to keep pushing forward, so it's not as long of a break you need. Then my unseen path is that one thing that's been right in front of your nose the whole time that you've been seeing, that's been screaming you in your face, that you kind of have to pull away from and get to. Can you skip me, love? Okay, I will skip you, Cedar. So that one thing that you have to do in front of your path. Thank you for coming on in. I truly do appreciate it, though. Sorry you had to get going, Cedar. But that unseen path is a little bit of the easy, a little bit of the hard, but definitely one you carve yourself. Then I tell you about your home path. That's all about what you need to bring within yourself or expel within yourself, or you need to go with the what you need to bring within yourself as well. Then the leap of faith card is all about that one giant leap we need to take that we're so afraid of taking. It's not about necessarily about what we're jumping into. It's how we're going to land and how best to get over that fear and have the kind of landing that will serve us the best. And my wandering path card is all about that one thing you have yet to consider on your journey that might have helped you up to this point. That's how my journey layout works, guys. And I do two, like I said, I do only those two different kinds of readings. I either do the past, present, future reading. That's my 3 card reading, guys. And if you would like anything else, like the 5 card reading, that is the journey layout. So just tell me what kind of a reading you want. And Mary, you are up next, but I would like to take a quick restroom break, real quick, and I will be right back, guys. So I'm just going to take a quick restroom break, and then I will be right back, Mary. Okay? So I'm not leaving you. And then I just want to know, please consider what kind of a reading you would like today. Please let me know in the chat if you want a 3 card reading or a 5 card reading, and I'll look at that when I get back. It shouldn't take me too long, guys. Hey. All right. 5-card reading. Thank you very much, Mary, for putting that in the chat. Let me bring up my big screen here and remove that real quick. All right. So you'd like a 5-card reading, not a problem. All right, Mary, how many times would you like me to shuffle the deck for you? 1 through 10, please. There we go. There we go. Now I got it. Three times. You got it. 1, 2, and 3. Now I would like you to pick a number 1 through 52 and really think about what you would like to know in this reading, and we will start working on getting that for you today. And please think about what you'd like to know picking this number. 7. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the 7th card is where your journey begins in my deck. Here we go. Give me a second. I'm going to lay these out for you here real quick. Alrighty, so. All right, Mary, here's your reading for you today. Do you mind if I have a cigarette while I'm having a reading here? Okay, thank you. All right. Let's get into it, though, Mary. So your past path is all about you trying to understand one thing. You've had to kind of give yourself the big squishy hug and say, I need to re-embrace the whole true me once again. I need to start believing that I love who I am, and I am very proud of that fact. So it's time to start to give yourself that big hug from that past that has hurt you so bad and has made you kind of miserable up to this point. But what you have to start to realize is that's what it took in order to get you to this point where you're starting ready to make that positive change. And it put you in the cauldron of life and it started to cook you. Now you're starting to jump out of that pot and re-embrace the fact that you need to be the one in control of your pot now. And to re-embrace not only yourself, but all those things that are yet to come for you. To open yourself up for that wonderful, beautiful embrace that life has to give you. And opening yourself up to that possibility. So what is going on with your weight path? It's definitely time for you to start considering believing in yourself a lot more. Think of it like a volcano that just erupted, okay? That's that one moment where you say, I'm done with all of this bad shit. I'm not going to let it happen to me anymore. I'm tired of the way things are going in my life. That was the volcano. But the lava in this picture is your will to start moving forward. You have to start destroying all that which no longer serves you any longer in your path in order to make that new, fresh path going forward. Remember, you have the power to make anything happen you want in this world because you are going to be so strong in belief in your system that if the more you believe it, the more you put credence to it, the more you have it come into your life once again. That is what the lava and that heat that you need back into your life once again in order to start moving forward. So maybe you have to get rid of some of those old bad patterns, and that's what you need to destroy in order to create that new beautiful future you want. Now you have a couple choices to make. Would you like easy path first, an unseen path first, or the hard path first? All right, what is your easy path? So what do you need to do on your easy path right now to make those lot of attainable goals? You have been picking up the change that you want to have happen. These are the good things that have happened to your life or things that you have started to collect within your life to kind of build up that spiritual or physical or mental box that you have put all of that beautiful stuff that you've donated back to yourself with, it's definitely time to start to consider what you are starting to carry with you. The smallest denomination is the smallest amount of change. The bigger the denomination is, the more change and things you have to carry. If you carry too much change with you, it can turn into a boulder, which you feel like you can't run up on that hill. But it's time to start to say, self, I need to start spending this money on that which I am most passionate about. So all the stuff that you have had happen to you, that was the change that you needed to happen. Now you have to go out there and spend that change to start completing those goals. It's time to start making goals. It's time to start cashing in and saying, hey, this is what it took for me to get this goal. Boom. That's a little bit of pile of change I don't have to carry around with me anymore. Boom. I'm making another goal. Okay, I'm moving off until the whole table is clear of all the change so that you can start to recollect that energy back up to you, that more energy that you need for the next journey ahead. So definitely time to do that. Now, would you like your hard or your unseen path next? So what do you need to do with your hard path? You have to remember that you are a resilient birch tree. Birch trees are one of the most resilient trees here in Minnesota. They can survive the hottest of hots and the coldest of colds. They always have water flowing within them. That's what they're taking from the mother. That's what they're taking from the earth. It's time to dip your roots back down into that energy source that you need to have happen in your life again and start to draw up that which will help you keep and sustain you and make you more resilient to the change that you want to have. So that means you are going to start to accept this change, but you're also going to have some things that you know you have to get rid of in order to be a part of you. Now, there are some things in your life you just can't get past or can't get rid of because they make up who you are. But you can still peel that bark away a little bit to let that new fresh growth start to happen again, just like a paper birch tree does in order to keep itself moving and growing in a certain direction. So it's time for you to start building up the I am resilient, I can do this kind of an attitude. And that's maybe the hardest thing for you to do, is to realize you have that power to do it. Now we get to choose the last and final path that is on the path part of the deck, and then we'll get to your other two cards here in just a second. But you have the unseen path. You have been trying all the stuff that you have now started to put within your life once again. It's kind of like you were putting down new fertile soil for the first time. And now you have to decide what you want to grow in that soil. All of the stuff that you threw away that you didn't think could serve you any purpose whatsoever, well, that went into your compost pile, but it's been long enough now that it's turned back into life-giving dirt now with all the nutrients, all the things that you need for that new beautiful growth. All you have to do is start planting those seeds down and be that caregiver and care person to yourself in order to make sure that those seeds grow appropriately. So you're ready to start planting those new goals and dreams. You just have to pick one and plant and watch it grow. Now, we have your Leap of Faith card next or your Home Path card next. Which one would you like? So what is your Leap of Faith? The one thing that you need to get past the most right now. Well, remember all of that stuff that you felt like you couldn't get rid of because it kind of made up who you are. What you need to realize is that's the last puzzle piece you need to do in order to get back to what you need. That's how you are going to reassess yourself. We always have one piece missing in the puzzle because we're opening ourselves up to the change and the possibilities that are yet to come. So sometimes we have to clear the dirt off of this piece to see what the picture is underneath. But it's your turn to start putting that down and making those choices and decisions. Basically, what I'm saying is reassess your life and really make sure that what you're doing is making you the most happiest. What is it going to take to make you live a good life, a happy life? What things do you need to do within yourself or without of your world that's in your world to start making you start to reach these goals and dreams at what you need to do? Because you're ready to put that last puzzle piece down and step away and see the beautiful picture in which you are. You just have to decide now is that time, and I need to get over that one little thing that is stopping me in my path, and that's sharing that little bit of a dark side that we all have within us. We have to bring that forward because it is a part of who we are. We can deal with it and change it and move it any way you so choose. But it's definitely time to start dealing with it and putting it down into your puzzle. Now we have your home path card next. Let me put this out real quick. And what is your home path telling you? Your home path is telling you that you have to start building that forge once again. Just like that heat card. Well, now you have to start putting that energy into one specific spot that you really need to work on in your life. And you have to start being that force that heats it yourself up, getting yourself ready for the change that you are now ready to do. Kind of like you are ready to start working on yourself with your metal, and you start to working on, now I want to temper this metal into the shape I want it to be. But you got to get that metal red hot first. So it's definitely time for you to start to bring those positive influences in your life to build that forge. What is the most positive influences in your life? And how do those blocks build that forge so you can concentrate that drive and energy and that heat that you need in your life in order to start getting that ready, so that when you are ready to put yourself in the fire of real change, that real movement, then you are going to start to heat yourself up to a point where you can start to move it and mold it into what you want it to be. And I think that's basically what you need to start working on now. You have to start deciding you're getting to that point where you're ready to start making that thing that which you need in your life the most right now. But now what you have to do is just wait for a little bit longer for it to get just a tiny bit hotter so you can pull it out and start to work on the metal. Now, what does your wandering path card say? Hey, I thought I put you out. It already started on me. So what is your wandering path telling you? It's definitely time for you to start feeding yourself that beautiful nutrient things that you need in your life once again. It's time to savor the flavor of life. Think of it like the best meal you ever had. That is your life. And every time you do something that is going to put that beautiful new taste in your mouth that you're not quite sure what it's going to be, you still have to savor the flavor of life and start going with the flow a little bit more. Because maybe, just maybe, if you start to stop and enjoy every little morsel as it comes, you can have one of the best lives ever, because you are appreciating how much work you put into it, how much life you put into it, what dreams and goals you are accomplishing. I got to accomplish this goal and dream. Let this sit in my mouth for a while. I love this so much. But definitely start to take in those things which are going to help you grow and change. Those are the nutrients that you need. So do you need to bring that positive self-worth back into you? Can you stick that in your mouth and start to go, I love this journey that I'm on? So start to work your way towards that. When I look at your whole reading and I ask myself, what could this possibly mean for you? It's definitely time for you to re-embrace self, to realize that you have the power to carve your own path. You just have to destroy those things, bad patterns are in your way. Because next you are going to have that life-giving nutrient dirt that you are ready to start planting on, because that change you've been storing up all of this time to spend it on what you need to spend it on, well, it's time to start spending that on the things you want the most, because you want to be like that resilient birch tree that's going to allow you to grow still. Spend that change by splitting that little piece of wood off so you can allow that new growth to come in, because you're ready to start reassessing yourself and put down that last puzzle piece that completes the whole picture, because you're ready to start getting your kiln red hot, get that forge nice and hot, so that you are ready to start making that change where you're going to take an active, more passionate role about what you are and what you want to do, because it's time to feed yourself and savor every flavor of life that you have coming within you right now. And Mary, if you would like, I do one more thing for people. If you would like me to put an extra card or qualifying card that gives you a little bit more information on any of the positions that I have told you about today, please say yes and where it belongs. So which path does it belong on? And then I can give you that little bit more information. If you don't need that, just say thank you, and I'll move on to the next person in line. All right. Thank you very much for stopping by today, Mary. I really appreciate your visit from YouTube. My last minute intuitional thoughts for you, Mary. It's definitely your time to say, this is my path. I'm ready to start living my own truth and start to carve my own destiny. I'm tired of everything, the world telling me who I need to be. Now I need to decide who I want to be. And your leap of faith card was this. That's that extra card. Give me a second here. I got to just kind of get rid of all the old cards that I just put back in the deck here. So give me a second. If you want more information on the leap of faith card. Here we go. So what do you need to do more now that is going to help you better? And I think this kind of sums up your whole reading, honestly. Remember that tool that you were going to be creating in that forge, that leap of faith, that reassessment part that which you need to do? You need to realize that you are the one in control of the ebbs and flows of the fans of life. Now, think of it like you're starting a fire right in front of you, and you have to control the breeze that is going to that spark. If you go too fast, you blow it out. If you go too slow, it never lights and ignites. You have to find that nice, even flow of fanning yourself into that control that which you can start moving with the ebbs and flows of life a little bit more. So when you're reassessing yourself, think about it. You are now taking back the control and power of yourself and saying, I need to add a little bit more wind to my personal fire to make sure that I'm reassessing properly so that fire can start to grow and burn a little bit better. My self-confidence needs to come up. I need to add a little bit more fire. It's definitely about you taking more control over your life and stop letting people kind of tell you how to live life. And like really, that's what I was going to tell you about your whole reading. It's not. You have to stop listening to everybody else's advice and start thinking, what is it going to take for me to truly be happy, and how can I start to control my own destiny by taking the bull by the horns and allowing myself to be that fan that either increases that flame or decreases that flame, how I see fit in the moment that I need. And that is your reading there, young lady. I hope that brought you some kind of joy and happiness today. I hope it gave you something to think about. Hey, at bare minimum, if I gave you something to think about today and you go back and think on your life and what you need to redo in your life, then I've done my job today. I truly am trying to help you find the best possible path for you and help to define that you guys can come here and just be a part of this momentous journey. Remember, guys, every day can be the best day ever if you choose it to be so. All you have to do is say this: today will be my best day ever. No matter what happens, I'm going to live in that happy today. If something bad comes along to ruin my day, okay, it happened. What can I do to change it? Can I fix it? Can I do anything to make it better? If the answer is no, then it's time to just drop that off at the dirt compost pile and let it kind of compost in your life so that you can start to make it grow and become a better version of who you are going on forward. Remember, no matter what I tell you here today, guys, you have the right and responsibility to go live the life you want to live. So go start living your best day ever starting today by simply doing that. Start saying, I will live my day and I will start having the best day ever. That is your reading today, Mary, and that is my little advice for everybody out there who's watching my channel right now. We also, when we don't have readings, we can sit here, chat, and chill. If you want me to use my psychic intuitions to tell you about a situation that is going on, I might do a small shuffle to give me an idea of what I need to tell you today. You can get my one card intuitional reading. I think I have to put that into the chat here. I have a couple things I had to fix on Stream Elements today because something didn't put down where you can find my donation links. If you have the money to spend, I don't want your last dollar. I don't want money you can't afford to spend, but you want to say thank you in some monetary way, you can go to any of my links. They should be up in the chat when I first posted them. Just in case that hasn't been posted for a while, let me get this ready for you. All right. I'm just going to put this in the chat for everybody here. Okay, so everybody needs to know. So if you would like to donate to here, please tell me. So those are my donation links. Feel free to tip appropriately for you, okay? You don't have to tip me what you can't afford. If you want to give me a $5 for a reading, great. That's just your way of saying thank you. Today I wanted to show you a little bit of love because you did such a good job for me today. If you were at a normal tarot reader who wants to give you the nice feeling, tell you what you want to hear, they're going to charge you the $40 in advance, and then they're going to tell you everything that will make you want to come back and spend more money on them. I just want to help you move forward into your path, and if you happen to donate, you happen to donate. Great. But if I helped you today, that's my ultimate payment, guys. And Mary, on that question that you just posted to me here, and I'm kind of thinking, I think you have to start following your you're passionate about. There's one that you feel a little bit more passionate about than the other. It gives you a lot more joy, that it's going to fulfill you a lot better. Do you want to be, do you really want to be in charge? Do you really want to have that kind of control and power over what is going on in your life right now? Or do you really need that in order to feel like a happier, better person? Is what it's going to take for you to start moving into a more positive direction? That would be your project management part. Or are you going to take that nice little easier road with the business project analysis, where you're only doing an analysis? You're not the one in charge, but you're still adding to the value of your team. You can always start at business analysis and work your way up to project manager, because then you get a better understanding of how everything works. My advice for anybody out there who's starting a job: start at the one step before you have just completed. So if I've been a manager in my life, I need to go back to being just an employee, so I can start seeing all the aspects that come together, so that I can start to feel my way through. So when I start to make that positive change towards that managerial position, that I know every single part that is going on in that store of life, and I know how everything works and how everything is supposed to work. That way, when I get to be that leader, I now understand what needs to be done, what not doesn't need to be done, who can complete what task, who can't complete what task. So maybe it's time to start thinking about that. I'm feeling the business analyst a little bit more than the project manager, honestly, but I want that to be your choice. Go with what your passion gut tells you to do, because that's where your happy is. Go with that gut instinct. I really think that is going to help you going forward. You just have to start trusting your gut and saying, you know what, this one feels good to me. I'm going for it. Boom. Now, woohoo. Yay. Give me a second. Did I do a next here? I don't think I did a next. Let's see if there's anybody left in the queue here. All right, now the queue is empty on both sides. We are completely clear. We are ready to do any kind of readings that you guys need to do today. So if you guys need any kind of a reading, just let me know. Or if you just want to sit here and chat and chill, that's just fine too. You know, I'm all about trying to help people, but I know sometimes people just need to talk. And that's the best, most important part of life, is that we try to work out these problems. How do you get in the queue? Well, Starla, you can do what you've just done. I want to enter the queue. Or, yep. So that would be ! join, but you don't need to put the join button, because you're the only one in chat presently. So you're already on my list there, Starla. What kind of a reading would you like today? Would you like a standard past, present, future reading? Or would you like my in-depth journey layout reading? So if you need me to explain my journey layout to you, I will. I'm not shy about sharing that. Remember, guys, if you do ! Commands, those commands should pop up on which ones you can choose to get more information about any of the paths that I have up there. So if you guys need that ! Commands, and that's what will pop up all the commands that I have set up right now. Otherwise, you can just let me know. The second one, would you like me to explain my journey layout to you? Okay, I'm gonna explain my journey layout to you. So this is how my journey layout works. I tell you about your past path, all those victories and defeats that you have had up to this point, but you have to get to a point where you have to turn yourself around to face your future. So what do you need to get past within your past in order to start moving forward? Then you get to your way path. That is all about the choices and decisions that we need to make with our emotional mind and our logical mind to make the best possible choice for us. So what do we need to kind of wait for and help us to make the best possible choice and decision? Then going forward, you have choices to make. You either go down your hard path first, which is all about you overcoming adversity, getting to your goal very, very quickly. But eventually, when you get to the end of the path, you're so tired, you need to take a nice long break afterwards in order to recoup the energy. My easy path is all about that one step at a time, taking a lot of little goals along the way, taking breaks whenever you need them. You have way more energy by the end of this path. It does take a little bit longer to get to your major goal, but you do eventually get there. Then my unseen path. Sorry about that, burp. It's all about that one thing that's been staring in your face right in front of your nose the whole time, that's been screaming at you, hey, pay attention to me. It's a tiny bit of the easy, a tiny bit of the hard, but definitely a path that you carve yourself. You're not quite sure where this one is going to lead, so you have to balance the energies that are between those two cards in order to make it to the end of that path. Then I tell you about what, then I have you choose another card after this part. You either pick your home path, which is all about that which you need to bring within yourself, or you need to bring or expel within yourself to be able to live a happier life. Then that leap of faith card is all about that one fear or thing that we need to get past in our lives. That is that giant leap that we need to take. We all know what we're jumping into. We're just not sure how we're going to land. So it's all about how I can have the best possible landing possible, but still be able to make that effective change in my life. Then the wandering path card is about that one choice or decision you have yet to explore or think about that might be helpful in your path. And that is my journey layout, guys. Let me remove this real quick. So if you understand that, Starla, just say understand, and then we will get going to your reading. So what I need to do for you is I'm going to do a cleansing shuffle here real quick to get all that energy off of the last reading. And then when you're ready, I need you to pick a number 1 through 10 of how many times you want me to shuffle the deck for you. Seven times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, one more, and 7. All right. Now I need you to pick a number 1 through 52, and I really want you to think about what you would like to know within these paths and pick that number that best suits you. I will count that many cards out. Don't worry about how many cards I have to count out. Just do the one that feels the best and right for you. Hello, Shifal. You sure can ask a question about that. You will be next in line, but you have to be in chat when I call your name, Shifal. So please just be patient. I'm just starting a 5-card reading, which does take some time sometimes. So, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And the 22nd card is where your journey begins in my deck. Let's see what the cards have to say for you today. What is it? Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that makes complete sense. All right. All right. And here's your reading for you today, Starla, though. So, what has been going on in your past path right now? What has been going on up to this point? It's all about you realizing that life comes in ebbs and flows in circles. Everything goes through life, death, and rebirth. Especially the tree of who you are has to change in that future. You have to let go of those old leaves and let them blow off of you so that when you are ready to start those new budding growths that are about to happen to you in your life, you have the spots available for new growth to happen. You've kind of become kind of complacent in your journey right now, and it's kind of hard for you to let go of some of the things that are in your path. It's time to let those leaves fly off of that tree and allow them to go back to Mother Earth where they can start to turn into life-giving nutrient dirt someday. That those leaves will become that nutrition that the ground needs in order for that new growth to come. So now we get to go down to your weight path, right? What is your weight path? Well, right now, you're probably taking this path a lot. I think that you are taking the hard path a lot. One of determination, one of getting to your goals as quickly as possible, but you're not so good about taking that break after you've accomplished a goal, to let that settle in and soak in, to recoup that energy in which you spent just doing that. So maybe you are doing this path a little too much, and maybe it's time to decide, I don't need to go down this path anymore, or maybe I need to go down it a tiny bit more. I kind of feel like you have to get off of the path of always being so determined to get to your goals and dreams, to feel that self-worth about yourself. You are loved. You are able to be that brilliant, beautiful person in this world. You just have to realize that the determination and drive that took you up to this point in life has served its purpose. Now you might want to consider a different path, or maybe this is the path you need to reconsider again on how you're doing it. And not remembering to take that break, because I think that's what the thing is about you. You know, don't take that break so much. So you have choices to make. Would you like to go down your hard path, your easy path, or your unseen path? Get back here. Get back here. All right. There we go. All right. So what is your unseen path, right? Well, young lady, it is definitely time for you to start searching for that dream in which you want to do. But stop letting that rock that you've been pushing up this hill all this time, you know, all that baggage, all that stuff that you think you have to carry with you in your life in order to say to yourself, I've lived a good, passionate life. Well, you have to step to the right or step to the left, allow that boulder to roll down the hill, back behind the ravine, and smash to smithereens, so you can start walking up that hill with your own power and leisure. It's not going to take you so long to get to the top of that goal and dreams right now, because once you reach the top of this journey, that's where the real work starts to begin. That's where you start to see that hope and thing that is going forward to give you the better outlook on what you want in your life. So it's time to start searching and get out of your own way. Basically, it's time to say, hey, I don't need to let this rock stop me anymore. I've got to let go of all of this stuff in order for me to start walking up that hill of change again. Now, would you like your hard path or your easy path next? So, what is your hard path, right? Well, maybe you haven't done this enough, but I feel like maybe you are kind of letting go of this old self in which you have used to be. Because you got my depression card, this is just a stage of grief that you are kind of going through now. We feel sad even though we are doing something positive in our life. We're still letting go of that which we have carried with us up to this point. We have to take that time to grieve, to allow that little bit of sadness to enter our heart, and we have to start expelling that in a way that's healthier for us to do. Remember that you have the complete control of what you put out into this world. So are you allowing yourself that emotional freedom to let that go? Are you allowing yourself that emotional freedom to start moving past that depressional moment in your life? You don't have to live in this forever. We all have depressive moments in our life. Even I have depressive moments in my life. But you know what they are? They're there to help be the catalyst of change. And that's what you have to realize, is that is the hardest path for you to do, is maybe get over that sadness and start moving forward into a more positive direction. It's time to let go and let it out in order for you to start feeling a little bit better about what's going on in your life. Then we have your easy path, which is interesting because maybe you feel too guilty about the success you are starting to get. You are probably feeling guilty that you are succeeding in life, that you are starting to do things better, and you're noticing a lot of your old friends and a lot of the old things that you used to do are no longer serving you any purpose anymore, and they're starting to walk out of your life because they don't recognize who you are anymore. Well, you've become a different person, and they don't like that. Your truest friends, your beautiful family that you know and trust will always be there for you no matter what. That is maybe what you need to start reintegrating back into your life, because maybe you have to be okay with that success, that beautiful dream that you have completed, and stop feeling so guilty about changing your life to be that which you want it to be for a change. That's what this card is all about. It's time for you to get over that little bit of guilt you've been carrying around. Yet again, another stage of grief that we all kind of feel. We feel this little guilty, icky part in our lives. But you know what happens when you add the positive light to this card? When you start bringing in that positive energy with the friends who do support you, with the people who are surrounding you, you start to melt this away to see the fertile ground underneath. So it's definitely time to start considering that. Don't feel so bad about trying to go for your dreams. And that's definitely something that I feel that you might think that's the hardest path for you to do, but that's probably going to be, once you start, I think it would be one of the easiest things you've ever done. You know, it's just a matter of which one, of how you choose to do that. What kind of energies are you going to put out into the universe for that? Just with what you last said, I just want to add a little bit to that. Think of it like you are going to go get, I don't know if you need the last stone or not. You kind of have to think about it like this. All that guilt that you've been carrying around with you, every time you pick up one of those things that you're feeling guilty about, you pick up another 5 pounds, and you are carrying that with you. Every time you start to feel that guilt pour into you, every time you start to feel that, you're adding to that pile of another 5 pounds of what you're carrying around. The moment you drop that off and let it go, then your life becomes a lot lighter and happier and brilliant. So really, Stu, consider doing that today there, Stella. But you have another choice to make. Would you like to, and it's time for you to have a little bit more active role in letting that go. Would you like to go down your home path first or your leap of faith card next? So what do you need to do about getting back to getting over those fears? The hardest thing that we'll ever have to do in your life, and we've already started talking about this, Stella, is that you have to clear away that old foundation that is no longer serving you. Those bad patterns and those things that you've been doing to yourself all your life that have made you miserable, it's time to crack this foundation off and start brushing it off, to start pouring that new, beautiful Stella foundation full of all the essential things that make up who you are, the things that make you the strongest, the things that makes you the happiest, the things that make you the best possible person you can be. You need to start pouring that new foundation down. And what you're worried about is once you clear away this old foundation, that you won't have your safety net anymore. Well, guess what? That's going to happen for a little bit. But the more you work on pouring down that foundation of who you truly are, the basic necessity, personality, or things that you have going on in your life that serve you the best, that is the foundation you need to start to build on and make it better. And it might be something that's a little bit scary for you to do, but it's definitely time to start taking that jump. Because what they're saying is your spot's already for you to start putting in that foundation now, that you just need to take the jump. It's probably not even a big jump. You just think it's bigger than it is. Then we get to your home path. And your home path is telling you that it's definitely time to do. You have been juggling in your real actual life, in real life stuff. You've been juggling way too many things right now. You've been trying to put too many balls in the air, trying to juggle too many things all at once. And what you have to realize is you have to start to bring all of those things in together to be that one focused light that you are going to start to spark that change again. It's time for you to bring in all of those stuff that you think you need in your life that is causing you to make those brilliant, beautiful changes that you need in your life. But then you have to add the positive side to that, where you're going to allow those changes to grow. You have to be the one who sparks the flame to reintegrate all these parts of yourself that need to come back into focus onto that one thing you need to work on the most, self. And that's what you really need to start to do, is start to work out those parts of yourself that you need to start giving a little bit of credence. I like to give you this example. I had kind of a dualistic personality about 10 years ago, okay? And around 10 years ago, okay? I had one kind of vision in mind. Either my light side would win or my dark side would win. But it wasn't until I brought them together so that I recognized the stuff that was causing me to make the most change in my life, the things that were the part where I was stuck in that pot being stirred, had to come with me a little bit, because then I had to bring this beautiful positive light to it, empty out that old pot, jump out of the pot, and be the one stirring my pot for a change. Me being the one who's in control of what I'm adding to the ingredients of myself. Once I did that and reintegrated all those parts into myself, I started walking a thin gray line in between, stepping onto the good or stepping onto that as life happens, but always returning back to that basic essential. This is how I'm going to live my life attitude. Today will be your best day ever if you want it to be. That's what I like to say at that point. But what is your wandering path card, right? Hey, you know what? You've been walking long enough. You've been trying to get to your goals and dreams long enough. It's time to get into the car and drive. Grab your snacks, grab your sodas, turn on the pretty music or the loud blaring music, grab your friends, grab your people who are going to support you during your journey going on that road trip of life, and you have to start driving to your location, because at the end of this path, you are starting to drive towards Yes, you have to obey the laws of the land, but you know what? It's not that hard to do if you stay at a steady pace and start to drive to that location instead of being stuck in one spot. So it's time to get up off of your butt and start making that positive change back in your life again and start to drive to that thing or person or place that you want to be in your life and take that or with you today and really allow yourself to remind yourself it doesn't have to be a hard or an easy path. You can just drive to that location and it might be a little bit easier for that, but on the way you have what you need to help you keep you safe on that road. So when I look at your whole I'm reading and I ask myself, what could this possibly mean, right? Let me take a drink of my coffee here. So what does this possibly mean for you? It's definitely time to let go of those old bad patterns that aren't serving you any purpose anymore and start to let them blow off into the wind because you're really done taking that hard path for a change. Yes, maybe you need to be a little bit more determined in certain areas, but maybe you need to kind of go with the flow a little bit more. Decide for yourself how this card best fits you because maybe you need to do more of one or the other and you're kind of stuck on which hard path you want to take. Because there are different paths. Do you want to go over this one that has a lot of hills, or do you want to climb that mountain to get to that goal? You still get that choice and decision. You have to start working on that search that you need to get on past. Let all of that bad baggage that is holding you back fall back behind that ravine so you can walk up to that hill and see the beautiful future ahead. Because it is time to start dealing with those emotions and letting them out in a more conducive, healthier way that allows you to start saying, you know what? I need to forgive myself for what I've done. I need to cry about what I've done. I need to yell about what I've done, but I definitely need to get this out. But I need to do it in a way that's going to be healthy and safe for those around me. So go to a gym and box it out. Go to a place where you can paint something. Go out to a clearing where you can scream and yell all you want so no one will be able to help you. Because it's definitely time for you to stop carrying around that guilt with you. That's what's going to make your life a lot easier. You have to start bringing in those positive energies of light in order to start moving yourself forward. Because it's definitely time for you to finally put down that new foundation. Don't be so scared that the old foundation won't be there if you need it, but it's time to clear away that old bad patterns and things you've been doing up to this point and start over again as a new brilliant person, because it's time to reintegrate all the parts of your life, your mind, body, soul, and the things you do in everyday life. Stop juggling everything all at once. Try to bring them into one cohesive thing that can help you move forward in your journey, touching all of them at the appropriate times you need them the most. But it's time to get in that car and drive to that dream, because maybe you've been sitting around too long waiting for that answer. Get in that car, grab those friends, and start driving to the dream that you have. That is your reading for today there, Starla. And if you would like an extra qualifying card, that means I will draw one more card and put it on any position you want me to put it on for more answers. It's kind of like a qualifying card that gives you a little bit more information about anything you might want to know today. If you need that, just say yes and tell me where it belongs in the deck. Otherwise, say thank you, and I will move on to anybody else who might need a reading today. Okay, your leap card, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. So I'm just putting the other cards away here so that I don't need to look at those anymore. They're all done here. So what do you need to start doing in that foundation? Hun, I really want to say this with all due respect. It's time to stop letting people stir your pot for you. That you need to be the one that gets out of that pot, that you're letting everyone to tell you who and what to be. You have to empty out that old bad pot so that you can start to prepare this new beautiful soup, this new beautiful meal that you want to create for yourself. But you have to decide what you're going to start putting in that pile, that soup. What kind of a soup are you making? Are you making a savory soup? Are you making a spicy soup? Are you making whatever you want yourself to be? What ingredients do you need to start to add back to self into that foundation again so that you can start making it a healthier, nice, stronger one? Do I need to add that self-confidence ingredient into that granite that I am pouring? Do I need to put that back into the essential parts of me? You need to be the one stirring the pot rather than the one being stirred in the pot. And it's all about you taking control and deciding which parts of your life serve you the best, that you are going to add to that soup that is going to make it be the best tasting meal you've ever had in your life. Yes, you can add that ingredient you might not like very much, and that might add to the flavor of life. Something might accidentally fall in that gives you off of that path, and you kind of have to readjust the soup a little bit, but you get to be the one who is in control of it. And then when you're done making the soup itself, it's time to eat and allow yourself to take in all of that which you have just done, so that you know you have done your job preparing for it. That is my best possible reading for you today, young lady. That is your reading for today. And I hope those are happy, releasing tears that you needed to let out today. Because, my last intuitional thoughts for you, Starla, I think what you need is a empowerment day. You need to go find something that makes you feel empowered, like going to the gym and boxing everything out and getting that reintegration that you are worthy of being this person that you want to be. It's definitely time for you to start taking that to heart, that maybe I really, really have to start doing that within my life. And you know what is best for you. You have to follow your own path and your own journey and become that person which serves you the best. And absolutely just keep going, because I think that as much as you think you're stuck right now, the things are going to start to melt. Things are going to start to get better for you. You just have to be the one in control of your destiny for a change, and letting your destiny be controlled. Make your own fate, make your own destiny, carve your own path. That's what I feel like you need to do today. And go get that self-empowerment day where you can do something that makes you feel self-empowered. That is your reading. And my little bit of advice from my intuition that I thought you might needed to hear today. That is your reading, Starla. All right, Shefal, if you are still in the chat, Shefal from YouTube, you are next in line. If you are still here, this is your first call. Thank you very much. Hey, don't forget to drop me that little bit of a review on Facebook that lets me know how you did today, how I did today. Tell other people how your reading was. Please be honest and truthful about how you felt. Even though you're saying you loved it, it was so amazing. I'm glad that helped you today. I really am, because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you find the best possible path for you. Hey, well, I would like the $1 or $2. I would like the $5 or $2, but I don't want the last dollar you have in your bank account. I don't want money you can't afford to spend. If you feel like you want to tip something to me for the reading I just gave you, you can go to the top of my links on Twitch and click any of those and add that to the pile if you wish to do so. But these are completely free readings, guys. Remember, no matter what I tell you here today, you have the right and responsibility to go live the life you want to live. So go start living the best day ever, starting today by simply saying that today will be my best day ever. All right, Shefal, this is your second call. Second call for Shefal. All right, third call for Shefal. Third call for Shefal. This is your last and final warning. All right, Shefal, you are now off of the list. Welcome on in. Rabalan, do you have a condensed name I can use? I don't want to butcher your name. Do you have something that I can? Nope, you're not late at all. You're next in line, actually. Rab, I'm just going to call you Rab for right now, because I'm not sure how to pronounce Rabilani. Rabilani? I don't know how to pronounce that, but Rad, if that works for you, we'll go with Rad. Rabs, that works. Rabs, you are next in line. What kind of a reading would you like today? Would you like my typical past, present, future reading, or would you like a more in-depth reading called my journey layout, where I take you on a journey down your path to help you find the best possible path for you today? I do those two different kinds of readings. So you ask for that typical 3-card reading, that's the 3 in chat, or if you want more answers, that's my 5-card chat. And if you need me to explain my layout, I'm happy to do that. I'm going to take a quick smoke break though, real quick, while you're just deciding. Okay, so you do what? Would you like me to explain my path to you so that you understand what each position means? If you need me to explain, just say explain. If you don't need me to explain, say let's go, and we'll just go with it. Okay, so yes, you want me to explain. So let me bring this up for you so you can see this a little bit better, okay? So this is my journey layout there, Rabs. I tell you all about these. I take you down each one of these paths to help you find the best possible path for you. First, I start with your past path. It's all about those victories and or defeats that you've made up to this point. But there comes a point where we have to turn around and start facing our future and letting go of those things we need to in the past. That's what this card tells you. Then my weight path position tells you all about those choices and decisions that you need to start to make with your logical mind and your emotional mind. Which choice and decision is going to be best for me going forward? What's going to help me not be stuck waiting for the answers to come to me anymore? How do I start moving forward? Then my heart path is all about that, about overcoming adversity, getting to your goal very, very quickly. But you spend so much energy doing that, you need to take a nice long break afterwards. I'm going to burp here. Give me a second. Pardon me. The easy path is all about taking small goals at a time, making a lot of little goals to get to your major goal. Yes, you don't get to your major goal very, very quickly, but you do eventually get there. You don't spend so much energy doing this, so you have a lot more energy for the journey ahead. Wow. I've got the burpy hiccups. Oops. Then my unseen path is all about that one path that you have yet to see within your life, that one thing that's been staring you in the face right in front of your nose the whole damn time. You just weren't able to see it, to get that big ass picture showing you what you need to do going forward. It's a tiny bit of the easy, a tiny bit of the hard, but definitely one you carve yourself. Then my home path tells you about all what you need to bring within yourself or what you need to expel within yourself in order to live a better life. Then my leap of faith card is that one leap of faith that you need to take to get over those fears so that you can have the best possible landing. We all know what we're jumping into. We're just not sure how we're going to land. Then my wandering path position is all about that one choice or decision you have yet to consider that might be helpful on your journey going forward. It doesn't have a time limit. It doesn't have a direction. It doesn't have anything to do with that. You're just going to wander for a while. All right. That's how my journey layout works. If you understand, just say understand, and then we will get to your reading here in just a little bit. I'm just going to finish a little bit of my cigarette. Ooh. Okay, good. Here's what I would like you to do for me. All right, let me do a cleansing shuffle for you first of all to clear off any old energy from the last reading. Now what I need you to do is I need you to pick a number 1 through 10, and that is how many times you want me to shuffle the deck for you. 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I need you to pick a number 1 through 52 and really think about what would help you best in your journey, or what kind of answers that you need today to get back to the path that you want to be on. Pick that number, and I will count out that many cards. Doesn't matter what number you pick. It's all a part of your reading. So let me know what that number is. I count that many cards out, and then that's where your journey begins on that last card. So I got money today, so I can have a real effing cigarette. All right, let me count that out for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and then the 36th card is where your journey begins in my deck. All righty then. All right, let's see what the Wandering Path card is. All right. Ooh. Okay, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's go over here. That. Okay. All right. All right, this is your reading for you today there, Rabs. Okay, so what do you need to work on in the past path? It's definitely time to stop considering yourself. You feel very stuck in what you're doing right now. What you are trying to accomplish right now kind of feels like you are trapped in a block of ice and you don't feel like there's any way out. Well, you've had the golden hammer of light with you the whole time. All you had to start to do was start to pound away at that, or to start chipping away at that situation which you no longer want to be in. It's definitely time for you to break apart those old bad patterns that are keeping you locked in place, those things that have been coming from your past that are now you feel like you have to carry with you. You don't. You don't have to carry any of it with you. Take the parts that mean the most to you and leave the rest behind. And those will be the ice blocks that you leave behind after you're done chipping away at this. Remember, you can add all of the positive energy and light you want to this ice to melt your path to be better. So start taking in that positive light within yourself again and start taking in all of that which you need to make your life a little bit better. Because it's definitely time for you to start taking a more active role and being like that magnifying glass on that ice, melting that path right in front of you. It's time to let go of that past and let it break so you can start to break free from this trap you feel like you're in. Then we get to your waiting path. What is your waiting path telling me? Hey, it's time to start tending to that fire, and that's what you need to start to do. You need to go back to the fire of yourself. All right, Katrina, you will be next in line. Please stay in chat because if I call your name out more than 3 times, I will move forward. You will be the next in line. Thank you, and please be patient. So it's time for you to start taking a more active role in what you're doing, tending to the fire right in front of you. Stop concentrating on all the fires that are no longer going to serve you any purpose. It's time to start tending to the fire in front of you. Do I need to add more wood to the fire? Hey, I need this log of self-confidence to go on this fire so that I can start to build a little bit more heat. Do I need these special herbs to spices that help me smell and take in all the flavors of the smells of life? What kind of wood am I using? Think of this as the things you need to add back into yourself, into that personal power that you have within yourself. It's time to take that active role and start tending to yourself a little bit more. Stop worrying about everybody else and start worrying about what you need to do for self for a while. Then we can get to now you have some choices to make. Would you like to go down your easy path first, your unseen path first, or your hard path first? All right, your easy path. Let me put that out now. I'm done with my cigarette for a while. So what do you need to do in your easy path, right? It's definitely time for you to start to consider what you are putting into the makeup of who you are. Because now it's time to start feeding you that which you need the most in your life. You know what these things are. You pick them up and you want to be able to say, I want to savor every last flavor of these choices and decisions I am making on my way to my major goal. I need to stop and savor the flavor of life. Think of it like the best possible meal you could ever have. That's your life. But as you are going along, putting something in your mouth, it's time to start savoring every flavor of what you are doing in your life and going, positivity is entering my life. Let that kind of marinate in your mouth and let that kind of your taste kind of come in so that when you swallow it and make it a part of who you are and make it a part of your journey, it's definitely starting to start feeding yourself those more positive influences to help yourself growing. That will probably be the easiest path for you to go down. Now, would you like to go down your hard path or your unseen path next? So what is your unseen path? The one thing that's been right in front of your nose the whole time is now it's time to start looking at the reflection of yourself and seeing the beautiful picture that you see. You might not see all these little pieces that don't seem to fit together. Well, they are all a part of that reflection which you are showing the world. And it's time to start looking back at that mirror and see the beautiful tree in this picture that is coming forth to show you how much growth, how much beautiful stuff has been going on in its life. Look back into that mirror and absolutely recognize that you have to start saying to yourself, I love you in that mirror of life and start reflecting that back into yourself. So stop those negative thoughts, stop those negative feelings. It's time to turn your attitude around and start to say to yourself, will I let today be the worst day ever, or will I let today be my best day ever? And I'm going to look into that reflection and I'm going to see the person I want to be. And that's what people are going to see when they look at you. So that is what I feel you need to do with your unseen path right now. That one thing you have probably needed to look at for a while. Now we get to the only path we have left to choose is your hard path at this point of the reading. So what do you need to do with your hard path? The thing you need to be the most determined with is this Great Oak card. Okay? And this Great Oak card is telling you this. It is definitely time for you to consider that what you have put inside of yourself may no longer be serving a purpose for you. There might be some old furniture or old patterns and things that you are doing in your life. That's the furniture that you've been very comfortable laying on for a long, long time. But you know what? It may be the comfiest couch in the world or the comfiest situation in the world, but it really starts to hurt your back. It's time to get off of that bad, old, icky, comfortable spot and get that new furniture moving in so that you can start to grow. This means you've reached a certain maturity level that you are starting really ready to make these changes in your life and start being that more determined person. But if you're going to be determined about something, be determined about what you have put inside of yourself, and do you need to start to decorate all those things within your life? Hey, and Bones, you will be next in line after Kat. You have to remain in chat when I call your name out. If I call you out more than 3 times, I will skip you. So just be patient. I've got one more reading, and I'm in the middle of one right now too before you. So, Rabs, what path would you like to choose next? Your home path or your leap of faith card? So what do you need to bring back within your home? Hey, remember when I was telling you there's a lot of stuff that you need to clear away in your life? Now it's time to start putting down that new foundation that you want to start building that new home upon within yourself. So what makes up the bare essentials of who you are? What makes up Rabs? What is never going to change? It's always going to be a part of you because you know yourself as well as you need to know. That's the ingredients that can go back into the new foundation in which you have to lay. So your home path is basically telling you it's time to start considering that the foundation that you are starting to lay is one of your choice. It was one of you starting to make that beautiful choice. What kind of materials are you using to pour this foundation? Are you using the best kind of granite mix? Are you using the most expensive kind of granite mix? Are you putting those things within your life that are going to serve you better? Are you putting a lot of positivity in your life, or do you need a medium kind of amount? It's kind of getting the right mix ready so that when you start pouring that foundation of who you are, the bare essentials of where you're going to start from, then you can start to build upon that and start building those walls of safety. So now you can keep that foundation nice and safe and secure. So you're kind of in the stage of moving that into a new direction, pouring that new foundation. This old home that I've been living in a while, I have to start moving past. I have to get on back to pouring my own foundation again. Then we have your leap of faith card. And boy, is it telling you to follow something here. You have the easy path card in your leap of faith card. And it's all about you doing one thing, okay? Sometimes you feel like you have to be so determined in your life to get to that goal that you're afraid if you slow down and make other little choices and decisions, taking those small bites out of the world as it comes. So maybe you have a lot of little fears that you have to start getting past. Start just with one and then start to get to the next one and get to the next one. It's time to start dealing with them in an order which you can start to understand. You're going to take that giant leap, but maybe this will be the easiest thing you've ever had to do, because once you take that jump, what you don't realize is there's a bunch of pillows down there waiting for you to catch you so that you can start walking down a path where you can start making those goals and dreams a little bit better. And that might scare you a lot because you're so used to doing it one way. Then we have your wandering path card there, Rabs. So your wandering path card is telling you that it is definitely time for you to start to contemplate what dreams you really want to have in your life. You have a lot of beautiful choices in front of you. You're just afraid to go into that jar, grab one of those dreams, and start to run with it. And when you look upon what you have grabbed, you can go, oh, this was a beautiful choice that I made. Oh, It didn't work out exactly how I wanted to work out, but at least now I know that's not for me. So you have to start picking up that goal or choice or thing that you need to start moving forward with and start contemplating which one you need to grab. So stop contemplating around it, reach in that jar, grab that dream and pull it out of that contemplation part and start working on it a little bit more. So it's time to start running around in your head. It's time to start picking a choice that is going to be better for you. So when I look at your reading and I ask myself, what could this possibly mean to you? Right? It's definitely time to break free of that ice from the past. You have to let go of that past in order to make room for the future. Add that brilliant light to melt that ice away so you can start to tend to that fire of life once again. What kind of things do you need to add on to the personal, powerful source of that beautiful belief of who you are and tend to that fire appropriately? What do you want to add to that fire to keep you going forward, to keep you warm, safe, and secure? It's definitely time to take a look at that reflection in the mirror once more and realize there is a picture in there for you to see. All these little parts you didn't think go together, well, they are what when you step away from it and you really look at it, you see the beautiful tree in which you are. Now, what you have to do next is it's time for you to definitely tighten to savor every flavor of life once again, to take every step and go with the flow a little bit. Take it as if it's the best meal you've ever had, and you're going to enjoy the ride for a while because you have reached that maturity level where you know what makes up who you are. You know what furniture you want. Now is it time to decorate the outside to match the inside, So are you bringing out that personality to the outside now where people are now able to see a little bit more of who you are? Or are you opening the door and welcoming them in so they can get the full picture of what you've built inside? That is up to you. But your foundation, you are finally ready to start pouring the foundation of self and what makes up who you are and what you want to be. So it's time to clear away that old bad patterns that are no longer serving you and start to make that foundation that will serve you once again. But it's time for you to start taking that leap of faith because that one little goal and fear you need to get over, a lot of those little fears, in fact, that you have to start getting over in order for you to start moving in a more positive direction. Take the easier path for a change. It might seem scary taking one step at a time and not getting to go very quickly, but you know what? You get through that journey, you get that experience so you can start taking little bites at a time rather than taking big giant bites at a time. Because it's definitely time for you to start to contemplate what dream is going to serve you the best, but you have to be the one who reaches into that jar, grabs that dream and starts to run with it and see where it goes from there. That is your reading today there, Rabs. And if you would like an extra qualifying card on any of the paths in which I've chosen you, that means you want a little bit more information about whatever I've told you today. If you need that extra card, say yes. And where does that card belong to give you that more information you might need? If you don't need that, say thank you. And I will move on to the next person in line, which is Kat. LG, we do not put up with you trying to shame people in this channel. If you're going to start picking on people, I will kick you out. So LG, please be respectful for anybody in this chat. Add to the positivity of this. Don't be so when I look at your reading and when you just pose that question to me, Rabs, you wanted to ask, will I get a job soon? Well, stop living in the same bad patterns that are stopping you from getting that job. So clear away. Maybe you need to update that resume and refresh that resume so it looks nice, beautiful, and clean. Go get a little bit more experience with interviewing yourself. Maybe practice with those people that you love in your life, who you're going to be feeling comfortable to be around, and have them ask you questions that would be for that job. Because I think you need to start getting ready for it, but you have to really reflect that which you want the most. So whatever you're putting out into the universe, if you say you want a job soon and you want it as soon as possible, that's the honey badger, what you need to do within your life. That's going to allow you to start being that great oak again, like I was telling you before, that you have to start considering what choices are going to serve you best. Is this the dream that you really want to accomplish, the really thing that you want to do? Start looking for the job that's going to suit you the best. Is it fulfilling my happy? Is it something that's going to make me feel fulfilled? Is it adding to my bank account? Is it matching all the criteria that I need? This is probably the best time in your life you will ever have to find a job because there's so many people out there crying for help. Okay. And if that it feels like you need it in your soul, maybe it's to start applying to a little bit more places, but start following your dreams a little bit more and what you actually want to be doing with your life, because that's going to help you find the job that you need the most. I really feel that that is coming soon for you. I just think you have to up your game on what you're putting out there and how you're doing it. So maybe whatever service or place you've been going through recently, maybe it's time to switch up the game a little bit and, work towards a better future for you, kind of clearing away that old pattern. Maybe you need to try something new for a change instead of going on with the same old pattern or job you've been trying up to this point. Maybe there's a job that's a little bit easier for you that you can do. That is your reading for you today, Rabs. Let me take a drink of coffee. All right. Catherine, are you still here with me? Catherine, this is your first call. Katrina, sorry, I said the wrong name. Katrina, your first call. Katrina, this is your first call. Katrina, this is your second call. Second call for Katrina. Third call for Katrina. This is your last and final chance to get a reading there, Katrina. Otherwise, you will have to go back in line and start all over again, and who knows how many readings I will have before you. This is your last and final chance, Katrina. All right, Katrina, I am marking you off of the list. Next person in line is Bones. Bones, are you still here with me? Bones, from YouTube, this is your first call. I understand that might have happened, but that's why I do it 3 times before I just don't worry about it anymore, LG. I give people a chance to come in here and tell me that they're ready. Bones, this is your second call. Second call for Bones. All right, Katrina, give me one more second. I'll get back to you after I find out if Bones is still here or not. I weren't here when I called your name, so you're going to be after Bones now, but he isn't responding. So, Bones, this is your third and last and final chance to get a reading today. All right, Katrina, you are here now. I'm going to put you back into the queue. You're the next person in line. You're the only person in line right now. So if you're ready for your reading, what kind of a reading would you like today? Okay. Thank you for letting me know that. That way now I will give you a little bit more time during your reading. Bones, you will be next in line. Cat came back in and I went through your name 3 times, so you're back in line after Cat. Please stay in chat. Otherwise, you will not be when I call your name out more than 3 times. Okay? So, Cat, we're back to you again. What kind of reading would you like? Would you like my past, present, future reading, or would you like my journey layout reading? Oh, love is love. I can help you find love, but, it depends on how you want those answers presented to you. And please let me know what kind of reading do you want. Do you want my 5-card reading or do you want my 3-card reading? Okay, we'll get that for you. Give me a second. I'm just mixing my coffee up here, refreshing my coffee here. So I can have that, let that cool for a while. Uh-oh. Okay, give me a second. I got to do one last thing. I accidentally missed some stuff in my thing. Creamer got escaped. Damn it. I'm almost trying to burn myself here. You want a 5-card reading? Okay. Okay, you told me two different things, so just want to make sure. 5-card reading now, if that's what you want there. I'm glad to hear that, LG. Just want to make sure, because you said past, present, future the first time, and now you're saying 5-card. Just tell me which one you truly want. That'll be the next one I go with, okay? Well, that's up to you. Okay, guys? Okay, just want to make sure. That's what you wanted. All right, now I need you to tell me how many times you want me to shuffle the deck for you, 1 through 10. Okay. 8 times for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and last but not least, your last and final shuffle. Now what I want you to do is I really want you to keep that question in mind about the love thing, okay? Think about that while you're picking a number 1 through 52. Try to pick a number that your gut instinct says that's where you're going to find love in my deck. So tell me how many times I have to count the cards for you to find your answer in my deck, 1 through 52. And since I know it's lagging, I'm going to give you a little bit of time for that. All right, guys. Well, if you guys would be so kind, just keep that off of chat. If you guys want to go talk about penises and the things and sword fighting and all that stuff, please go to your own channel to do that. That's not what I'm here to do today. So please, I'm asking you nicely to not do that anymore. Both of you, LG, Bones, and Sanchez, please be respectful of everybody who's in that chat. So I can get back to Catherine because I'm trying to give her reading right now. Thank you. Catherine, 1 through 52 once again. You're just adding to the conversation. I just want to make sure you guys are just being a tiny bit more respectful to the people in chat who are getting their readings. That's all I'm asking, guys. I understand you want to be able to talk with one another and get all that information that you guys need up again. But I just want to make sure that, I can concentrate on the person that I'm working on. And every time you make the silly, dumb comment, I'm like, okay. Okay, Bone, sorry, I didn't know that you didn't know those people. Sorry about that. Anyway, back to Katrina's reading here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49 is the last and final card. That's where your answer is in my deck. I'm just going to take this time to straighten out my cards a little bit here and burp because I'm having gastrointestinal issues because I ate sandwiches this morning. I'm drinking coffee. And I'm laying these cards out for you, young lady, so that I can give you your reading here. And a destiny card. Okay. So, when it comes to love, okay, I misunderstood, okay, guys? I just want to focus. That's all. I just want to make sure I'm focusing. Thank you very much, guys. I'm not trying to be mean here, honestly. I don't mind you guys chatting in the background if you want to do that. It was just comment about the penis and sword fighting. I was like, okay, can we get back to, just having a nice conversation? That's all I was asking. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. All right. So what's going on with you right now? And why is this love thing that you want to search for right now, Katrina, going on for you? Well, right now, what you are doing from your past is you're starting to open yourself up to be receiving that love once again. But you don't have to open every single gift that comes forward to you in order to find that love. In order for you to find love, you have to be ready to receive it. Even though you say you're ready and you want that in your life, you have to start putting that positive energy out to the universe. So the universe will start to send you those dreams and goals you want. This blue sphere will happily fall into both of your hands and accomplish your dreams once again. All you have to do is believe it more than anything and open those presents in which you truly want to be a part of. So maybe there's a couple of choices out there, or maybe you're not sure where those choices are. Well, it's time for you to start kind of putting the feelers out there so that you can start receiving the more information you want, and then to pick and choose who you want to be with. I don't really like dating apps all that much. I'd rather someone go out there and meet someone in real life. But if that's how you do it, that's how you do it. Just get on something that's going to help you make the best possible choice you can. But fall in love with the soul. Don't fall in love with the pretty package on the outside. Because once you open that package and see what's inside, it gives you the right to be able to say, I don't want this anymore, and I'm going to leave this over here, and I'm not going to take this ugly old sweater anymore. I'm going to go return it so I can get what I truly want at the store. Okay? But kind of what you need to start doing in your everyday life, Katrina, is I think there's something that you kind of have to let go of. If you're angry about the situation you're currently in, or angry about something that has happened in your life, it's definitely time to let that emotion out in a healthy, condensed way. Maybe you need to exercise it out. Maybe you need to box it out. Maybe you need to run it out. Whatever way you deal with anger in your life, it's time to start letting that go. Maybe there's something about your personality that's kind of making people a little shy away from it because you haven't let this out yet. So they think maybe you're coming across as a little bit more angrier than you need to be. This is also a stage of grief. You have to let go of the old life, and you have to kind of say, I don't want to be like that anymore. I don't want to be this person who will be dateable, who will be able to get someone who wants to love me. All right? But it's time for you to start letting go of all of those emotions that you were keeping locked inside, so that now you can release those and start with a clean slate saying, I don't carry this with me anymore. Now I'm going to set it down, and I'm not going to carry it with me anymore. In fact, I'm going to smash it to the smithereens. All right. So what's coming for you in the future with love, right? It's definitely time to start listening to those ancient knowledge that you have gained within your life. I believe that your soulmate is coming back into your life. Your guides or angels or gods are trying to send you a message, and they're staring you straight in the face, but you're just not seeing it that way. Maybe there's already someone in your life that you've never thought about dating before, but you've never asked either. So they never thought you were even interested in them. So it's time for you to start trusting those angels or guides within your life, trusting your instincts a little bit more, because your higher power is saying, we got your back, we got you. All you have to do is pay attention and listen. We will send the right person to you. Just be ready for it when it comes there. So that's what it's all about. It's all about you taking that, your journey back to you, allowing whoever, your personal deity, your power, your better angels or your guides, help you in this. So start listening to those tiny little voices in your head saying, this is the right thing to do. This is the wrong thing to do. We all have them within ourselves. I don't care what anybody says. We all kind of go through the stage of, is this the right thing I want to do or not? Or sometimes we just go with the flow and work on instincts. But start listening a little bit more. There might be someone out there who really would like to date you. You just never thought about asking them. What is this whole reading about? What is your destiny card telling you? It's definitely about you reassessing how you're going about doing this. Whatever you're doing right now may not be working out so well. So maybe you have to find that last little puzzle piece that you're missing in your life. Have you upped your flirting game? Have you dressed for success? Are you already putting that positive influences out to the universe? So when the universe hears that, they can say, oh, we want to send this piece of the puzzle to you. Now you can clear off all the dirt of the unknown that has yet to be born. Yeah, that last puzzle piece that needs to be put back down. This is just the unknown part of your body. These are your fears. These are your anxieties. These are the things that tell you will never find love. First and foremost, I want you to do one thing for me today before I do anything else. I want you to go get a piece of paper and I want you to write down all the attributes of the kind of person you want to fall in love with are. Forget the body for now. Just think about what kind of a person you want this person to be. And I want you to write that list down. Then I want you to go buy a key that says do not duplicate. Okay, on it. Don't cut it into any specific shape. It doesn't need to be a cut key. Just a blank will work just fine, okay? And I want you to hold that key every single day. And I want you to start thinking about all those attributes that you want back into your life. You're creating the key to your heart, literally. And what you're going to do is you're going to keep that and keep believing in that every single day until you find someone worthy of giving that key to. Now, you have the right to ask for that key back at any time if it's not working out, so that you can start to make a new journey towards a new person. But you have to start believing in it. And as more and more you believe in this key that you carry around, one day you'll be able to hand that key to someone who has your soulmate, that they'll be able to unlock your heart. You'll be unlocking their heart as well. So start to think about that. Katrina. Hey, Katrina, if you would like an extra qualifying card on your future card, what these ancient angels are trying to tell you here, if you need that extra card, just say yes right now. Otherwise, just move on and move past this. We'll say just say thank you, and we will move on to Bones' reading here. So, Katrina, do you need any extra information on what you need to be hearing from your angels? If you do, just say yes. If you don't, say thank you. I'll give you a little bit of time because I know it's laggy over there. So, blessed be. I'm bisexual. Happy Pride Month to all. I love beautiful trans women. I love a beautiful trans woman. Sometimes they ooze more sexiness than an everyday average woman, because now they've chosen to be this beautiful person they've always wanted to be in their life, and they still get to be the person they were born. They also get to emulate who they want to be. Katrina, are you still with me? Katrina going once for that extra card. Give her a little bit more time here, because she said her computer was kind of lagging a little bit. So, and you will be next, Bones. Bones, you are going to be the last. And whoops, Stella, you got in here right at the wrong time. Stella, you will be my last and final reading. You have to be in the chat when I call your name. If I call you more than 3 times, I will not take another reading. Okay? So just remember that you are next in line after Bones. Okay, I'm going to say that Katrina may not need any more today, but I am going to do this real quick just so people know right now. And give me a second here while I'm waiting here. Bones, you will be next. I'm just giving Katrina a little bit more time. Katrina, this is your second call. The queue is now closed. I will not be taking any more readings for the rest of this stream. Remember, I will not be here tomorrow, so tune in for Sunday, 7 to 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for me and my readings again. Thank you very much for being here, and I will see you next time. Thank you. This is just for anybody else who comes in right now, okay? So that they know that I'm not doing readings anymore, and now I'm going to do this for Twitch so they know that I am done with readings for today. Katrina, this is your last and final call for that extra card should you need it. Katrina, are you still with me? Last and final call for that extra card if you should need it. Otherwise, I think that's all you need to hear today. Hopefully that helped Katrina. All right, Katrina, I'm going to say that you don't need any more information. I think I gave you everything that you needed today. So just letting you know. I'm sorry, I just closed the queue. I've got 2 more readings left. And I think I'm going to make sure that I get to both of those because I have Bones and Stella next. I think that will take up the remainder time of my stream. So I deeply apologize, Persona. You'll have to come back tomorrow between 7 and 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I suggest getting here early before 9 o'clock because I will start doing. I am doing very well. Thank you, Persona. But feel free to come back another time, okay? I will be happy to do a free reading for you, okay? All right. I will not be here tomorrow, guys, just to remember. So, Bones, you are next in line. Bones, calling you once. Even though I think you're still here. Bones, calling you once. Bones, from YouTube, calling you twice. All right, good to go. There, you answered me before the third one. What kind of a reading would you like today, Bones? Would you like a past, present, future reading, or would you like my journey layout? My 5 card or my 3 card? I'm going to do a cleansing shuffle while you decide what you want today. Clear off all that energy from the last reading. And Katrina, if you pop back in, I did finish your reading for you there. I completed what I had to tell you today. You can always go back and review it a little bit later, but you weren't here to get that extra card when I called your name 3 times, so I apologize, but I had to move on. So what kind of a reading do you want today, Bones? All right. How many times would you like me to shuffle the deck for you? 1 through 10. Yep, I see them. Stella, you are next. You are our last and final reading. So you are next. Please stay in chat. So, Bones, I just need you to tell me. Okay, thank you. One more moment. I'm going to shuffle 7 times for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and last and final one for today, the 7th card reading. Now, I need you to tell me what number in my deck would serve you the best. Where does your journey begin? 1 through 52. Please think about what you would like to know while picking this number. That's how I get the energy in order to give you the best reading possible, guys. So really consider what you want. You don't have to tell me what you want to know or ask me a question. You just have to believe in that number that you are picking. That's the best possible way I can give you your reading today, Airbones. So when you're ready, pick a number through 1 through 52, and that's where your journey begins in my deck. Okay, 37 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. And the 37th card is where your journey begins in my deck. All right. Give me a second here. Oh, right on, right on. Yeah, I'm feeling it. All right. Ah, that makes sense. All right, Bones. This is your reading here for today. Okay? So, what has been going on with your past path, right? You are definitely starting to make some choices and decisions in your life that are going to serve you the best. You are currently in the weight path within your past. You are deciding what you need to leave behind and what you want to carry with you along the rest of your journey. You're making these emotional and logical choices in your mind about what you need to put forward, turning yourself around going forward. So you're taking the time you need to make the best possible choice you can before going forward. But maybe it's time to get off of your butt and start to walk one of the other paths for a little bit just to see how it goes. Because you can always go back to your safety net whenever you need to go back to it. But maybe it's time to start getting off of that path, this past path of waiting around for the answers to come to you. Maybe it's time to go find those answers. Then we have your weight path, right? So, what is your weight path all about? Well, your weight path is basically telling you it's time for you to get the picture of self in order once again. You've built so much time working on yourself, building yourself up to the person you want to be. You've reassessed yourself over and over and over again. But now it is time to realize that the picture is done for now. It's time to get a big ass, nice long look at the beautiful picture of who you are. Now all you have to consider is, do you want to start to add the flourishes to this picture? Do you want to add color? Do you want to add depth? Do you want to add texture? What kind of a picture do you want to add back into your life? So get a really good idea of what you're asking for, because the universe is going to give you that which you want back in return. So start thinking about the kind of relationship you want to be in. Get that big picture of the whole complete person. And now you have some choices to make. Make them as you see fit. But make sure that it is the kind of picture you're showing to others is the picture you really want them to see, your real true face, the real true personality. Is this the real you are showing them? Let them fall in love with that person, not the mask we all like to put on. All right, now you have choices to make. Would you like to go down your easy path first, your unseen path first, or your hard path first? Whew, I might jump into a shower today and get cooled off. I gotta take a shower anyway today tomorrow. ZDR, why do you keep coming in here and saying, hey, bozo, and not responding? You're doing that way too much. I'm sorry, but I'm banning you and putting you in a timeout for a while. Unseen path. Okay, got you. So, what do you need to start doing with your unseen path? It is time to go back to school a little bit, to become the student once more, the student of life, the student of love. You have to relearn what kind of things that you need to relearn to make sure that you are searching for the right kind of person. Kind of go back to the things that make you the happiest in your life. What kind of a life do you want to share with someone else? Well, that's kind of uh, um, that's up to you. You can do whatever you want with your own life. I'm not going to tell you how to run your life, okay? This is just a suggestion for you to say, hey, maybe it's time to go back to school of love a little bit and relearn what that actually means to you. You've kind of gotten this big idea in your head. You think you know it all, but what you really have to do is tell yourself, I need to go back to the beginning of what really drove me to want to fall in love in the first place. What kind of a thing do I need in my life? You're very, very welcome. You're very welcome, Katrina. If you need to go back and rewatch that for any parts that lagged, I will be ending my stream in about a half an hour, so you'll be able to go back and view any and all information I gave you, okay? Thank you very much for that. I really truly appreciate it. All right, back to you, Bones. So, would you like to go down your hard path next or your easy path next? Okay, so what do you need to do with your easy path? The easiest path for you to do right now is to consider that these little goals that you need to start to make, there's some things you have to let go of. You've been carrying around some of those old bad patterns for long enough. It's time to start to let those old bad patterns decay. You have to start letting them go in a way that is going to be more natural. Stop trying to be so honey badger about it. Just allow yourself to move through the ebbs and flows of life, to allow those bad old things that are stopping you from accomplishing the goal that you want. You have to let those go and start to decay so they can start to turn into that life-giving nutrient dirt once more. In order for you to even get to this point, you have to make sure that you have had that nice compost pile. You're letting all of that beautiful stuff decay so that you can start moving forward. Start thinking about how and what you need to start letting go of. Pardon me. Because I think that what's happening is you haven't let go of some of that old things that kind of make you feel like it's easier enough for you to do this. Now I kind of have to pick a new, easier path by letting these things go. Rather than obtaining things, you need to let things go. That should be your goal for a while, is letting those old bad things kind of die and decay. Then mourn the loss of that which you just lost, because that's the most important part. You have to mourn what you've just given up so that you can make room for a new future going forward. Then we have the only path that I can choose next, which is your hard path. What do you need to do within your hard path? It's definitely time for you to start to stoke that fire. So, are you dressing for success? Are you putting up that beautiful picture for people to see? We all judge by a body first, but you need to start considering what is going to stoke that fire to get you ready for that thing that you are needing in love right now. Are you adding that I'm going to be passionate about? I'm going to share my true self. Do I need to add that log onto the fire to make that fire and belief in myself happen again? You need to start to believe in yourself, basically. It's time to stoke the fires and start to say, I am worthy of love, first of all, and I am ready and willing to add that wonderful, beautiful thing onto my fire so that I can keep it nice and warm for all of the times that might not happen so well going forward. You have to pay attention to the fire that is in front of you and stoke that flame in order for you to start moving in a more positive direction. And that might be the hardest thing for you to do, is start to add those better benefits in your life. You had to let go of stuff on the easy path. You have to accept other things from the hard path. And that might be the thing that is driving you the most right now. So, would you like your home card first, or would you like your leap of faith card first? Well, Sanchez, you said you were going to be good. Go have that conversation somewhere else. This isn't the place for that, please. I just want to be able to concentrate on things. So, what is your leap of faith card telling you, right? So, the thing that you have to realize is you're very afraid of letting those old leaves fall off of your branches because you think they're still serving you a purpose. But what you're stopping is you're stopping that new growth. You have all the potential in the world to accomplish your dreams. You just aren't willing to take that leap of faith literally in order to let go. You don't know where that landing is going to be. Of course, you have an idea of what you're jumping into, but maybe it's not such a big leap after all, because it's telling you all you need to do is grow a little bit more. So what does a bud like to do? First, it goes in stages. It stays as a bud until the right kind of things come along to add to its journey, to open up those new brilliant leaves. Okay, it has to add that little bit of self-love, opens up the leaf a little bit more. I am worthy of that, opens the leaf a little bit more. And then you have to start adding all those other things until your leaf is completely open, ready and willing to receive what you need. But you've got all the potential in the world. Just stop being so scared about taking that chance. I know rejection is a hard, bad thing to get past. I've been through rejection so many times in my life, I can't even say it. I'm happily married now after 17 years, but I started falling in love with a body, not a soul. So that's how I found someone who I could be with the rest of my life. And we truly believe both of us believe we found our one true love. So, we'll both work on that every day. But realize you have the potential. You just have to kind of act on it a little bit more than you are doing. Stop being so scared to put out the true you. Maybe that's what's stopping you from getting that romance, that love you need in your life, because that might be what needs to grow. Then we have your home path, right? Remember when I was talking to you about being in front of that fire and working and looking at it, right? Maybe you have a lot in your home. What you need to remember is you have a lot of little fires still burning out there. A lot of little things that are you are kind of putting out there as things you think you need to take care of. Do you really need all of those other fires that are no longer serving you any purpose? It's time to extinguish the old bad flames so that they don't run out of control anymore. It's time to forgive yourself for whatever thing you think you might have done, or it's time for you to start working on that fire that you might have kept going. Maybe there was someone that you thought about dating before, but they weren't just interested in you. You need to move past this part. It's kind of like that unrequited love thing. You're going to fall in love with a person who doesn't love you back in return, or you're going to fall in love with the person who is right for you. You have to extinguish those old bad flames that are no longer serving you anymore in order for your home to start working on that one fire you can control. You don't want it to go out of control, right? So what does your wandering path card tell you? Your wandering path card tells you this. It's definitely time to stop being at war with yourself. There are two parts of your persona that is kind of running around in your head right now, and you feel like you're at war with yourself. Well, if you don't love you, how is anybody else going to love you? You need to put down the swords of the things you don't like about yourself and start to say, hey, even though I am working on changing you, even though I'm working on moving you into a different direction, it's definitely time to put down the swords and hug my opponent and say, I'm done battling with myself anymore. I need to start looking for the better future going forward and saying, hey, can we just be friends now? Not literally in your relationships. I'm just saying with yourself. Can we stop being at war with one another? Can we start working together to make our goals and dreams happen better? So maybe there's something inside of yourself you still have yet to resolve that you still have to work past. When I look at your whole reading and I ask myself, what could this possibly mean? Well, you've been waiting around long enough. Sometimes you just got to put yourself out there better, more harder, and loving. You have to give that bigger, better picture that people are going to see. Realize that you are a whole picture. Do you want to add any flourishes to that, to add to that journey that will get you noticed? Remember, become that student to love once again. Go back and relearn what it means to be in a relationship first and foremost, and then start seeking that which you truly want. Start working from the bottom and then work to the top, because you want to let all of that old stuff decay and die. You don't want it to be a part of you anymore. That is how you're going to take an easier path, because you're going to stoke those fires that you truly want to be concentrating on right now and really adding that to your journey. Then what you need to realize is you have all the potential for love in the world. You just have to start opening yourself up a little bit more and sharing yourself a little bit more with the world so they can have all the information they need to pour back onto you that beautiful positive light that keeps you growing. But you're leaving too many fires out there that you can't handle anymore, that aren't serving you any purpose anymore within yourself. These are the things that you don't really need to be carrying around with you. You need to start adding that extinguisher onto those flames, that those things you think you need in your life, and put them out and make sure they stay out. Because stop being at war with whatever thing you are going on within yourself. It's definitely time for that to happen. That is your readings for today, Bones. If you would like an extra qualifying card, that means a little bit more information on any of the paths in which I've told you today, please let me know. I just need it. I need to do a little bit of a cool down here, guys. Even with the air conditioning on, it's a little hot today. It's beginning into the 90 to 100. Whew. Now you get to see my pretty hair. Now I'm returning to becoming the unknown prophet once again. So, Bones, do you need that extra card? If you do, say yes. If you don't, say no. What position do you believe that belongs on? What more information would you like in my path? You only get one more choice to give you a little bit more information about what you need. So what path do you want that on today? If you need me to repeat the cards to you to tell you which card or which position, I will. Where does it belong in my deck there, Bones? Just tell me which. Okay, I'm going to explain each card again. Your past path was your weight path. Your weight path was your picture card. Your hard was your stoke card. Your easy was your decay card. Your unseen was your pupil card. Your home card was extinguish. Your leap of faith card was buds, and your wandering path card was battle. Where do you believe you want more information? The hard path? Okay. Okay, if this doesn't tell you exactly what you need to do, I don't know if anything will. You know that extra log you need to add to that fire, the one that you're not considering right now? You need to take that leap of faith, that risk that you know there might be a person out there you're kind of thinking about dating, but you're kind of scared to do it and ask the question. Well, I think it's time for you to start asking that question and take that leap of faith that you are going to make the right choices and decisions, that you are going to add to that fire the right way. So the way you can be the more determined about what's going on with your hard path, right? It's all about you trying to come together with saying to yourself, self, I need to take more risk in love. Maybe I need to put myself out there a little bit more than I am doing. I need to take that big risk, even though it's kind of scary to do that, and get a lot of information coming in. It's definitely time to start adding those logs to the fire by overcoming all of those fears. And we remember what our leap of faith card was, right? It was that buds card. So maybe, just maybe, what you need to do is stoke that fire by overcoming those fears, because you do have the potential to do it. Basically, it's saying you need to start believing in yourself. You need to start believing that you are worthy first and foremost of all. And that's what you really need to do, is open yourself up a little bit more, because people aren't getting the whole big picture of who you are, and they're getting confused. That's why people aren't kind of flocking to you, because they don't understand who you really are. And people want to try to fall in love with the body first. But when we get to that soul part that we really, really need in our lives, the real soulmate that's going to help us be a better, beautiful person, that's what we need to start to consider. My last intuitional thoughts for you, Bones, is I think you will find love. I think it's just you're looking in the wrong places, honestly. I think you have to revamp where you're looking and how you're looking, and still really consider if you finish up everything within yourself that you really need to do. Remember, guys, before I say anything else or do any other readings, I just want to say one more thing. The future is always in your own hands. No matter what I've told you here today, you guys have the right and responsibility to go live the life you want to live. So go live the best day ever, starting today by simply saying that. Today will be the best day ever. And start to live your truth. And honestly, I really want to say thank you very much, everyone, for being here. If you feel like I've done a good job today, please drop me that review on my Facebook page, or give me that like, or give me that follow, or give me that subscribe. That's how you can show me the best possible love. Or give me that comment that tells me I helped you today. That's what I'm really here for. All right, that's it. You're done. I'm done with that person. Keep saying, hey, bozo. I am about to ask for donations. If you have the wherewithal to donate to my pocket, I would greatly appreciate it. All you have to do is go to the top of my links. I'm going to drop them one more time in chat. I think they're still here. Let me make sure. Yep, they are still there. I got to just get rid of something here so it doesn't do that. So I'm going to drop these in link. If you guys have that extra dollar or the extra money that you can afford to spend, I don't want your last dollar. I don't want money you can't afford to spend. If you have the wherewithal to give me a little tip today and make my day even brighter, that's how you can show me some love as well. So go ahead and please tip appropriately for yourself. I don't care how much you donate. Every little thing that you tell me I've done a good job today, every little amount that you give me helps me in some way, shape, or form. Maybe it's the extra thing I get to go do today. You know, get enough money, I can go rent John Wick on Prime Video or something like that. You know. All right, Stella, this is your first foremost call. Stella, are you still with us? You probably hate when people do that to you, right? Okay, wow, she's already got it all set and ready to rock and roll. She wants a 5-card reading. She wants me to shuffle 6 times, and she wants the 24th card. Boom! That's how you do it. One more second here. I just want to do a cleansing shuffle for you to make sure I get all of the energy off of the last reading so I can get you a nice clean reading here. All right. 5-card reading 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good morning, mermaid. Welcome on in. All right, and the 24th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and the 24th card is where your journey begins in my deck. Well, okay. I'm going to go with that card. Give me a second while I lay these out for you. Okay. Uh-huh. Ooh. Okay, yep. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. So we are ready for your reading. This is my last and final reading today, guys. I will not be taking any more readings unfortunately, for the day. So sit back, relax, and watch this nice reading. I will not be paying attention to the chat during this time. So if you guys are chatting in the background, I'm going to concentrate on me and Stella because she deserves to have the same reading anybody else who comes here has, okay? All right, chat. Give me a second. I got to do one last thing here. Okay. There we go. All right, Stella. Here we go. So, your past path. Right now, what you are working on is getting past some of the past guilt that you feel guilty about. There's something within your past that you have yet to deal with that you kind of feel guilty about. It's time for you to start to deal with this thing. It's time to say, I forgive myself for what I have done and ask forgiveness from your higher power or the person that you have harmed for that forgiveness. Whether they give it to you or not, that person has that right to do it. Remember, they are a whole beautiful person themselves, and they don't want, if they are feeling free to give that to you. But maybe there's something you feel like you've done wrong in your past. You have to stop reliving your mistakes over and over and over again. It's time to let those go so you can start moving forward into the next possible future. Let go of that guilt. Stop being afraid of success. You don't need all these old, ugly, old patterns anymore. You don't need to carry that guilt with you anymore. It's time to turn around, face that future, and realize you do have a good journey going forward. So what is your waiting path telling you to do? Well, maybe it's time to take a path of more determination for you. Maybe you need to start going over those hills and valleys and becoming a little bit more determined with what your goals are in your life right now. It's time to start thinking about taking the hard path for a change. It's one of you overcoming adversities. You have a lot of obstacles in the way, yes, but when you get there, you feel like you've done the work. Maybe you've been laying back far too long and sitting around far too long. It's time for you to kind of put in the work of what you actually want to happen within your life. And it's time for you to start considering, is this path worthy of my journey? So, what path would you like to go down next? Would you like my hard path, easy path, or unseen path? While I empty out my ashtray and get me another cigarette. I know I smoke a lot. Stella is my last and final reading for today. Wow, how many did I have? 1, 2, 5, nope. 6, 7, 8, 9. Unseen. So, what do you need to do with your unseen path again? Well, the one thing that's been right in front of your nose the whole time, it's definitely time for you to stop dressing for the wrong kind of weather. You got my sleep card, which means there's a lot of little influences out there that feel like they're stinging jabs in your personal or your personal body. Maybe there's some things going wrong in your life that you don't necessarily want to happen. Well, why aren't you putting on your personal coat of armor to protect yourself from the weather that is outside? It's time for you to start putting that personal protective armor back on yourself. You have to start putting that loving light that you know is already there. You have to shine that aura up so bright so that that weather and that sleet won't affect you, so that you'll be able to survive that nice long walk or that nice short walk to your next goal and dream. So start dressing appropriately for what kind of weather you're having in your life. So if things are treating you bad and things aren't going the way you want, it's time to start adding on to that journey again and putting that coat of armor back on yourself so that you don't get so hurt next time. Maybe that's what you have yet to consider in your unseen path. Which path would you like next? Your easy or your hard path? Levy, I am done with readings for today. Unfortunately, you have to come back tomorrow. I am not taking any more readings for the rest of this stream. So what is your hard path, right? Well, my friend, I think this card is going to speak to you a little bit because it's definitely time for you to stop existing as an idea. The hard path for you is going to be you need to punch through to the other side of who you want to be. It's time to be born. It's time to go through that labor process. Labor and that labor process, if you ask any woman, is the hardest thing they will ever go through in their life. But you have to work on it to birth that new, beautiful person you want to be born in this world. And that's kind of what I feel like you need to do right now. The hardest thing for you to do right now is to punch through to that other side and say, I'm done being just an idea. I don't want to be just an idea anymore. I'm tired of just existing. I need to punch through to the other side and be the person I want to be. Now, would you like the only path we have left to choose, which is your easy path, and this will speak to you as well, that it's definitely time for you to go to your personal place of power. You have my Witch's Tower card. This is a personal place of power for me. This is where I go to commune with my gods. This is where I go to commune with the universe. This is where I go when I really want to make a major change in my life. Okay? And your easier path is for you to do this. Go to your personal place of power within yourself. Your mundane self needs to go away. You need to bring back that spiritual higher power within yourself. That person that you see yourself being someday, you need to start bringing that closer and closer to your everyday life. It's time to start stamping that foot into the ground and saying, hey, I have the power. And I believe I am ready for this new, beautiful change going forward. The easiest thing for you to do would be to do this, to say, I am in control of my life and I am ready for everything that is willing and ready and able to come. So stamp that foot into the ground, say what you want to the universe. But remember this, whatever you stamp into the ground and say you want the universe to give you, they're going to give you. So be prepared for what they might throw your way, because they might throw difficult choices for you to make so they can move you into the right direction. Those bad things you think are happening to you are them just trying to guide you to a better path. Once you say to yourself, I want to follow this path that seems more like an easier journey for me, now I want to remember, whatever I put out to the universe, I'm going to get back in return. So just remember, be careful what you ask for. You just might get it. All right. Would you like your Leap of Faith card next or your Home card next? So your Home card next. So what do you need to do to bring back within yourself? Okay. You have my Great Oak card, which means that you are definitely reaching a certain maturity level within yourself. You've reached a kind of a decision in your life. You've reached the point where you're ready to make a very big choice and change in your life. But what you have to realize is the old furniture that feels nice and comfortable, the things that make you feel the most at home right now, are maybe no longer serving you. Maybe that comfortable couch, even though it's a comfortable couch, that might be something like you have a little bit of a fear about something or a self-doubting thing that keeps coming up. Even though that feels like the most comfortable spot in the world, it's going to hurt your back. So you need to start moving that old furniture out, those old attributes you no longer need, to make room for that new furniture that's going to support and make you have a better place, to get that support and energy that you need back within yourself, because you want to be that tree of growth. You want to be that thing that gets to that higher knowledge, because you're starting to obtain a little bit more knowledge about what you want to be doing in yourself. Now it is time to start acting on that a little bit more and recognizing that you will always have that as your personal essential part of who you are. And it doesn't have to be negative. You can put whatever you want into yourself. You have to realize that you are the one in control of moving around what you want inside of yourself and who that person reflects. The more you are active within yourself, the better you grow as a person and a being. Then we have your leap of faith card. I'm going to wait for the cigarette to the end of this one. Excuse me. So what is your leap of faith card telling you? You need to realize that you are stuck in a block of ice and you have to start chipping away. This is your doubt. This is your fear. This is your anxiety. This is all the things that you think are attacking you and making your life a living hell. And this is what you have to realize. In order for you to get past these ugly old patterns that you really think are serving a purpose, you need to break that ice off so bad and let it be that which you don't need to be anymore. Remember, you've had the golden hammer of light with you your whole life. All you had to do was start chipping away at it, because there's always enough space for you in this block of ice for you to do your everyday living. You just have to stop living in that fear, that anxiety, that stuff. You need to start getting over that as much as you can possible to take that jump, to break that ice apart. Remember, summer will come eventually, but you can be the magnifying glass that is putting that concentrated light source on that ice to melt it as well. So I'll let the world help you be that positive person. Let yourself chip away at that ice until it breaks in half, and then you can start working towards those better goals and dreams. You won't have to overcome those nasty old things that you've been dealing with for it. So go back and start to deal with those things that you are yet to deal with. It might be scary, but you need to do it in order to live a happier life. Trust me, once you've done it and you've come to that resolution, you will be thanking yourself every single day that you made that choice, because now you'll live a better, happier life rather than one stuck in the ice. I speak from experience on this one. All right, there, Stella. So, Stella, your last and final card is your Wandering Path card, and it's all about you doing one thing. Hey, you have a lot of things out there in the universe that you've kind of put the fire of life out there. There are a lot of little projects or a lot of little things that you think you need to keep the fires burning for out there. All they're doing is burning smoke and burning ash. They're not serving you anymore. They're not even lit anymore. But you have to go back and extinguish those things that are no longer serving you anymore. Those old projects or those old people who aren't a part of your life for whatever reason, because they don't want to be around you anymore, extinguish those flames. Let those things go and let those things die so that you can concentrate on the one fire that is in front of you, that one thing that you really need to work on and do. And that will help you move your journey forward. Stop letting all these little fires go out of control, and then they start the forest fires, which you have to call in a complete crew and the army to take care of. What do you want to do? You want to control the fire that's right in front of you. So put out all those old fires that are no longer serving you. When I look at your reading and I ask myself, what could this possibly mean, right? It's definitely time to stop feeling that guilt and let go of that past. You have to move past that in order to move future. You might have to take a path of determination, setting goals, trying to get to your goal as quickly as you need to get to. But remember to dress for the weather out there. Remember to put that personal armor back on yourself so that the things, when they come to hurt you, they bounce off of you like little pellets, and they don't even come close to stinging your face anymore, because you're tired of just existing and being that one idea that you think you want to be. Stop being just an idea. Stamp your foot in the ground and say, I have the power. This is who I want to be. This is what I'm ready for the universe to start showing me how to become that person. Because you want to move all of those picky old bad patterns that kind of feel comfortable and safe for you. Those have to go back out to the trash heap, because you have to start moving in that beautiful new furniture that's going to help you grow and be more sustained and helpful and loving. Then you have to remember, you are not stuck in the ice anymore. You have begun to chip away. You've begun to melt. Remember, no matter what happens, summer will come eventually, and that ice will melt. And you will have that better life coming forward. So remember, good things are always on their way, but you have to start believing that that is going to be true in order for it to happen. Then, Stella, just remember to put out all those old fires that are no longer serving you your purpose any longer, that you have kept burning, that you will think you have to return back to and deal with. It's time to let them go and extinguish those old bad patterns and flames in order for you to move forward. So you can start concentrating on the one fire you have in front of you. That's what you need to start to work on. That is your reading, Stella. If you would like an extra qualifying card on any of the paths in which I've told you about today, please let me know what that wants. What if you want that, say yes, and what position it belongs on. Does it belong on the weight, easy, hard, anything that I've set up there today? If you need that extra qualifying card, a little bit more information to help you out, please let me know by saying yes and where it belongs. Otherwise, say thank you, and that will be the end of my stream. All right, guys, that is the end of my stream for today. I am going to start getting these cards ready here again. I'm going to start that shuffle for the new day tomorrow. So I'm going to do a cleansing shuffle while I say this. I really appreciate you all being here and being a part of my community and coming here and watching these tarot readings. I truly hope that no matter what kind of reading I've given anyone today, that you can take it for yourself and find that information that you need the most in this world. That will help you grow and change. Choose to live a happier life. Choose to live happy. Live every day as if it was your best day ever. And please, 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 please remember, the future's in your own hands. You have the right and responsibility to go live the life you want to live. So why not go live your best day ever starting today by simply saying that? Today will be my best day ever. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, people in the back, people in the front, people are walking out the door. I just want to say thank you on behalf of me. Please remember, the best way to show me that thank you is to give me that review on Facebook or review me on YouTube or give me a like, a follow, a subscribe. That's the best way to show me. Or just saying thank you in chat for giving me a good reading. That's all I really need. But if you have that extra dollar, if you have that wherewithal to give me a little bit of your money today, I don't want the last dollar you have in your bank account. I don't want money you can't afford to spend. Please tip appropriately for the reading that I have given you today. And I really ask anyone out there who wants to give a donation, please do that whenever you are ready to do that. Okay. Come on, glasses, move. All right. Well, folks, I have to start getting ready to go do one last thing today. I have to go right up to the store to get something else. So I can get my green medicine today. So I can have some pain relief and enjoy today really, really a lot. But first, I'm going to have a cigarette with you nice fine folks while I end up my stream. I really do thank you guys. Thank you for being here. Remember, I am the Unknown Prophet. My name is Joshua Bleasy. I do tarot readings from 7 to 10 every day, Central Standard Time, except for tomorrow, because tomorrow I will be going on my first official Ghost Hunt interview for being a part of a team. And I'm very, very excited about it because it's been something I've been passionate about for a long, long time. I've just never had the opportunity or the wherewithal to do that. So, I just want to make sure that you guys know that I will not be here tomorrow. You'll have to come back on Sunday if you want a reading. So just want to say thank you again very much for being here. We're going to get ready to roll the credits, as I like to say. So remember, if you guys would like a nice, good, positive energy drink, Gubby is my sponsor. I will put that link in the chat so you know if you would like to be able to give that little extra love to me, if you want to get onto my, well, it was here. Okay. But I will have a link for you here in just a moment. If you guys like energy drinks, there's all the actual energy drink that I would like to tell you about today that helps you keep going every single day. They have a lot of beautiful, wonderful flavors. I can give you a code for 10% off of any order that you might want in that store. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop that into the chat right now. If you guys would like to do that, I really appreciate it. I just got that sponsor a couple of days ago. So if you guys would like to support my stream in any shape, way, or form, and you kind of like energy drinks, it's better than a Monster. It's better than all of those really old ingredients out there that don't really have that natural, nice effect to it. So I liked what the ingredients is. I have not personally tried this yet because I am personally going to be ordering it soon. As soon as my bank account becomes a little bit more fuller, I'll be ordering it and doing a taste test and a review on it. I have not tasted it, and I can't give you qualifications of what it tastes like or what it's like right now because I haven't tried it. And I want to say I believe in my product. If I'm going to be a sponsor of someone, I want to believe in that product. If I want them to be a part of my stream and I want to be a part of their family, I want to make sure I'm getting the best possible thing I can get. Well, so if you want to show me that kind of a kindness, check out my sponsors. I truly do appreciate it, guys. Thank you once again. I truly do. Bye-bye, guys.